I usually don't watch you.
God damn it.
Welcome to the ADHD podcast.
I saw your finger click.
You piece of
With your
shit.
host, Khyler Vick.
And Caden Casaus.
Oh my god, it is a toasty one in here, boys.
Oh, it is fucking hot.
For those of you who don't know, we've been recording these in Caden's garage, and it's like 90-something degrees out today.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know, dude.
It's 90 degrees out there, and it's like 99 in here.
Dude, I'm farting.
This thing's like a
been in
fucking
for like
oven.
10 minutes, and I'm like sweating so
yeah,
bad, dude.
Yeah,
I have a problem with sweating. Like, you're not sweating.
I'm sweating,
But, like,
dude.
you can see me glistening in the light.
My hair's softened up. You know what?
I don't know.
You're sweating pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dude, the other day, this like 60-year-old coworker that we have, I was getting really sweaty. He looked at me. He's like, "Too much whiskey, huh?" I swear to God,
Too much
dude.
whiskey, huh?
And I promise you,
Were you hungover that day?
I know I wasn't.
whiskey,
Even,
huh?
I wasn't even hungover, but he's not wrong because I'm like, it like accumulates to where like it has to be the liquor that. There's nobody else in our job sweats as bad as I do, but I'm also hairier than everybody.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if it's a mix of like, just every time I work, I have alcohol in my system that I'm trying to get rid of, but also I'm like Chewbacca. Like, I look like a fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrible.
I don't think there's a way to prove that either way or not, because you're probably drunk every day when you go to work. Or
Oh,
had
no,
alcohol the night
hungover?
before, yeah.
Oh, like, I think there's usually like, the longest,
No,
like,
will you do me a favor? Will you grab that ashtray that's right there?
I want to say like the longest days in between would be maybe like,
I'm very
not drinking would
disappointed.
be like, the intro shots.
Well, you will take those in a second. I'm very disappointed with the way my joke just came out about you drinking every day at work. I really screwed the pooch on
How'd the
that.
joke, well,
It fucked it up.
oh,
It
what was the
terrible.
joke supposed to be like?
I don't know. I was trying to figure it
a
out.
joke.
I was trying to be.
Oh my god. No, I'm not. I never am drunk at work, but there's been so
No,
many
yeah.
times where I've been like extremely hungover, and one time I threw up at work because I was so hungover. I
Dude,
just
I've been
couldn't.
there. Too.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I've
terrible.
also been drunk at work. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've been so hungover in the morning driving to work that I feel like I'm drunk, but I think I'm just really groggy and like
Yeah.
actually dehydrated.
Yeah.
But-
I've drank at work.
But dude, I wouldn't be able to because I'm like
Yeah,
construction.
Okay, time for shots.
Construction is so
I
sketchy.
want to do that there.
Dude, construction workers are always drunk.
The Mexican construction workers, and they just sip on beers. They're so like.
Holy
Like,
shit!
they're
that was
usually
so
like
bad.
more lax and slow with their job. Like, we are always like quick, busting ass, having to hurry, and like we don't really take a lot of safety precautions at my job because we want to do it quicker. And
Oh my god, that's not good.
no, I know, because we're trying to get it done quicker, and to make it get done quicker, you don't like harness off and like make sure your ladder's set up safe, which I hate that about it, but. We don't get paid enough for me to really give a fuck. It's like, I get paid like $13 an hour to work my fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And not that I deserve a raise, because I'm literally like at least a half hour late almost every day, and I just constantly will not show up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over.
I don't know how you have a job.
So our buddy
bro.
Noah's just, he's
Oh
chilling
yeah,
in the
Noah's
corner.
kind of here. He
So
might
if it-
jump on if he
So
feels like it.
if
But
it
no
kind of seems
pressure.
like I'm turning and like talking to somebody else that's not Caden, that's because I'm talking to Noah. But I keep looking at
he
him
has
because
schizophrenia.
I asked him if I could get a job with him once. He's like, dude, I couldn't. Like, just knowing your record and like how you're always out of town and just like not showing up to work, like I
Mind
couldn't.
you, I'd be the one hiring.
I know, like he would be like my boss or like my manager, and even if he wasn't, like if you were to, that's like if I got a job with you and you were like talking me up and like recommending me, and then I'm just.
Oh, I wouldn't.
You'd be fucked. Like,
Yeah, I
it'd
would
look
Randomly
so.
doesn't show up on a Tuesday because he flies out.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm so bad with like. I still haven't told my boss that I'm flying out September 17th.
You piece of shit.
And I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks.
You should probably tell him.
I need to tell him like I should text him
You
right
should
now.
have told him yesterday.
I should have told him like a month
You should
ago.
tell him,
Yeah.
like, 2 months
I probably
ago.
should have told him right after I bought the tickets, which were like 3 months ago. But I
Yeah.
just am so bad about
Yeah,
this
you
kind of
fucking
thing.
should have.
I'm just also like I don't know, I'm a terrible employee. But when I'm working, I do work hard and I know how to do my shit or like the job that
Yeah.
I've been doing for the past 3 years on and off. But enough about work. What about you, pal?
What about me? That's the work. Just
I know. I hate fucking small work talk.
It's
Dude.
all I. Yeah, dude. I don't have. There's no small talk with my work. I don't do fucking anything. My job's the dumbest job in the world.
Yeah,
And
I
I
still
fucking
don't
love it.
even know what you do. You say you just are on the internet all the time.
I
Like,
feel
and then
like
you
they
like
pay-
file papers.
I scan documents. So I have this huge industrial scanner that's like $23,000 on my desk that I just scan papers into all day.
Do you ever bring like mixed drinks or whatever in like a fountain
Like
drink?
a to-go cup.
Yeah, to just sip on throughout the day. No, come on, you can tell. You can talk about it. You didn't say the company.
Yeah, once or twice for sure. Duh.
For sure, duh.
Duh. Who the
Okay.
fuck am I? Who do you think I am? I'm drinking at almost every job I've had. At least
Wow. Holy shit,
I
dude.
drank at the movie theater. I used to smoke at the movie theater too. It was
Like-
easy.
I feel like, but getting high is more like, especially like a high school job, like going, like getting
Yeah.
high and showing up to work. Like, especially like, I feel like fast food kids are always either really high or just on the spectrum. I'm like, dude, do you not understand what I'm trying to say to
Yeah.
you? Usually Taco Bell, for me, is always, I swear, like fucking meth heads work there.
Just want a McDouble.
And then, dude, like,
That's not Taco Bell.
no, at Taco Bell though, they always have they have like their boyfriend or girlfriend hanging out in the lobby, like in the.
I've noticed that with people at gas stations.
Like they have like their significant other just
Yeah.
because they have
Just
nothing
hanging
to do.
out behind the counter
Oh,
at
that
like
can't be-
midnight. And
can't
it's
be
always a
legal.
dude with a wife beater whose tattoos show you he's made bad choices in life.
I mean,
always
I
that
feel
guy.
like my tattoos
Not
definitely.
those. It's like misspelled shit about Christ.
Or they're probably like basement
Like, he's
tattoos.
got
Basement
Brad
tattoos.
misspelled.
Oh yeah, we talked about this on the last podcast. These motherfuckers. You were there too, huh?
Oh yeah.
You were part of
I
the.
did.
No, it was part of the conspiring club where they.
That was the one who started.
Oh, but dude, they all conspired against me at once because I wanted Brad on my armpit because of a fucking pun, Brad Pitt, and I had no idea. They even like almost spilled the beans because I was like, dude, that'd be fucked up if you guys put Chad in my armpit, and you guys probably thought like it was fucked.
Well, Tyler didn't know, and Tyler's the one who said to do it while you were right next to us.
Oh, well, yeah.
So we're like, we all just like waited till you left the room, and we're like, Tyler, shut the fuck up. Like,
So yeah, now I have Chad tattooed in my armpit. Well, if you want to talk more to this, Noah, you can come
Yeah.
closer. Like,
I'm okay
like
right here.
honestly,
We
well,
might
'cause
not be able to pick you up.
we won't be able
where
to hear
you're
you at all if you're like that far away. So
But if you want to just
the
chill
fact
a
that
little
we
bit
the
closer.
fact that we keep talking to you is like it's
It's
kind of
okay.
weird. It's kind of weird to acknowledge you and not have.
I'll scoot over my chair, and then we can move that.
It's just yeah. If,
And then I
you-
might
if
be
you
able to
do,
pick
if
it up
you don't
better.
have to talk to me, I
Yeah,
want
but
to.
now I think it'll pick you up better when you decide to chime in.
Yeah, for sure. Fuck it. Okay, well, now that Noah's closer to the mic, Noah is in a bit of a predicament.
Someone made him spill
He
his
almost
fucking
spat
beer.
his beer out. I don't know if you want to talk about it or
Yeah,
if you
let's
want
talk
me to
about
kind
that
of
shit.
go over it briefly. I don't know if I would do its justice, though.
dude, I don't
Let's
even
hear
know
about
what
it,
is.
bro.
Alright. So about a year ago today, I like started talking to a girl like on a Friday night, and we hooked up at my coworker's house, and my coworker handed me condoms. I decided I was like, fuck it. She said she's on birth control. We're not gonna use condoms.
Even if she wasn't, I would not have used the condom, my brother.
Oh,
And I would not have pulled out. 'cause
Oh, sick dick Vic over here. He's got a sick dick from all the STDs he's gonna fucking get.
I have a reputation to uphold. Come on, guys. Not even
Your
a
dick
reputation.
will literally be sick.
No, well, yeah, that's what I'm going for. But also, sorry to cut you off. I'm going for. I jokingly was like, I want to run an experiment to see if my sperm can actually swim.
No.
So I'm just gonna not pull out and see if I can get a bitch pregnant because I'm like really curious.
Oh my god.
So-
what do you do? Just like be like, hey,
You can go to a doctor.
I know.
Did you just like get an abortion?
You can get that tested.
You're just like, hey, I want to get you pregnant.
No, we're gonna
and then
risk
will
it.
you abort the baby?
No, we're risking it. Well, yeah, I would definitely make her get an abortion for sure.
Oh
I would, okay, I wouldn't make her, but I would suggest it
highly suggested.
Like, sorry, I'm just playing a sick game,
Yeah,
but like I
like
really don't want to.
example A, and then just point to yourself.
Like, look at me. Do you want the kid to look anything like me and act anything like me? You think I'll be responsible enough to fucking
Oh,
take care of
God.
you or this kid? I can't even take care of myself.
All right,
Anyway,
well, let's let him
go
finish
on.
the story.
I want to interrupt.
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
This is like Kyler's favorite story because how kinky it got from a random fucking hookup. Like we were just fucking. She started smacking me in the face.
What? Smacking
I'm not-
you in the face?
Smacking me in the face, bro. And
That's kind of hot. Just
Dude,
kidding.
no. Dude, like,
I would
it
smack her back, dude.
bro. So
Oh my God.
So like, mind you, all my coworkers are there, and they can hear it. So she's smacking
They probably
me.
think you're smacking
Yeah,
her ass.
probably. They're
did,
like,
dude.
wow, get it, Noah. And then Noah's just in here. Not that you would make that sound.
That'd
No
be
offense
so
to you. But
funny.
that's the
That's
sound
kinda what
I
it
would
was.
make if a
So-
chick was slapping me.
Dude, so she smacked me in the face, like, and I'm not talking like a light smack. Like,
What
she
the
could probably,
fuck?
she probably could have knocked me out.
Did
hit
she
me a
ask
little
you
bit
before?
harder.
Or she just
No,
did it?
dude, she just hit me.
That reminds. Have you ever seen Californication?
No, I
It's a
have not.
TV show with the guy from X-Files, David Jaskowski.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember how to say his last name. But the first episode, he has sex with a chick at random, and she punches him in the face, like
Dude,
full
that's
force.
pretty much what she was
Yeah.
like, dude. Like, fucking hit me
crazy.
super hard.
Made you super hard?
No, she hit me super
Oh, I,
hard.
I literally thought you
Made
said
me
she
super
slapped
hard.
me and it made me super hard.
I was already hard, so. So, anyways, we keep going at it, and I fucking, like, grab her hand after, like, the third time she smacked me in the face, because the second one was by, like, oh shit, she's actually into this.
Oh God.
So I fucking grab her by her hands, was like, not into that, and then next thing I know, she's like, just smack me. So I'm like, okay.
Payback, bitch.
So like, I started smacking her, and I'm smacking her on the ass, and then she's like, choke me out. And I was like,
Choke me
choke
out.
me.
That's
not just choke me.
Because there's choke me, which is like that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Choke me out.
Yeah.
This is UFC now, bitch.
Yeah, so I'm
That's
sitting
crazy.
here like, what the fuck did I just get myself into? Next thing I know, dude, she's like on full weight on my Adam's apple, choking
What?
my ass out.
Oh my
That's
God,
terrifying.
dude. So
Like, sorry, I've had a girl like put her hand around my throat and like give me a little squeeze, but it's never been like.
I've never had that.
And at first I wasn't into that, but then it's like if you're both like choking each other out and you're fucking, I think it's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of weird.
No, that's just attempted murder.
No,
on
but
both
it's not.
parts.
But it's both not like super hard though. It's
Yeah,
just like.
but now imagine walking into two people having sex and they both just have their hands on each other's throats.
It's
it's
usually
Seeing who passes
Okay,
out first.
If it's two hands, if it's two-handed, that's creepy and that's attempted
Well, that's
murder.
what I'm picturing.
Because then you have like both your thumbs on their esophagus.
Yeah, just two people, like
You have
a
to-
chick, like on a dude on a chair, a chick riding him, and they're both just choking each other.
Okay, yeah,
Until
you-
who passes
You
out
can't do
first.
two hands. It has to be one hand because it's a thumb, like a fingers or thumb on the
Yeah, isn't there a saying with that?
jugular.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you-
cutting off her.
You want to cut off the blood
blood flow.
circulation.
No, but there's
not
like
the
a
air.
funny little like nursery rhyme
I've-
kind of thing with that.
old fucking
a
mom is
nursery
like,
rhyme
yeah, there's
about
like-
choking people
yeah,
out
yeah,
while
not an
having
actual
sex.
nursery rhyme, but there's like a rhyming
a
thing for
saying,
that.
a rhyming scheme to like
Yeah,
keep
to
it
remember,
safe.
yeah.
Never heard of it.
Fuck, I wish I could remember it. God damn it, I'm gonna look it up. Continue.
So anyway, she fucking starts choking me out like straight on my Adam's apple, and I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm like, okay, this is way too much weight on my throat. And then next thing I know, she fucking wants me to yank her hair all the way back. So I yank it all the way back, and she's just yelling, "Slap me harder."
This chick
So-
has issues. Like,
Bro,
deep.
like, dude, what's funny about this whole
Maybe.
situation is my coworker's wife heard it, and they had sex after.
oh, because
Oh,
it like
God.
turned her
It
on.
turned her on.
Damn.
They had sex, and then
And
they
then
could
they got
still,
pregnant.
and then they could
Just-
still hear us having sex.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, like it was definitely whiskey
That's
dick.
weird.
You had the whiskey dick, but the good kind. Well, I consider it the good kind to where you just can't come. I'd rather go until I just can't come and stop from exhaustion than just not be able to.
That's the only way I've
Then
ever
not
had
be
it.
able to keep it up or get it up.
Yeah, I've never had that issue with whiskey dick. I've only had the not being able to come part.
See, I've had it like where I can get it up, but then it goes down, and I just give up very quickly. I'm too drunk for this. But either way, it's a problem. Like vice versa. Like,
Yeah, we've definitely brought it up before.
almost every time,
Yeah.
because this podcast always goes super sexual and
Well,
creepy.
super, like, specifically about your whiskey dick. I think this is, like, the third podcast we've talked about this on, bro.
Dude, I got my dilly wet the other
I
day.
heard that. Well, did you finish your story?
No, he didn't, because this is the ADHD podcast.
Yeah.
Also, the
Goddamn.
interrupting podcast.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
story will go
So-
like another hour.
And end of the
I'm
story-
gonna
end
smack
of the
you
story
like that
today-
chick smacked him every time you interrupt him
Alright.
now.
Okay,
From
deal.
this point on.
Deal.
Okay.
And same for you.
Oh, God. Okay, let's do this. Tell your story.
End of the story. Today I found out that she doesn't know who the dad is to her child. That's 2 months old.
Oh, so it's already alive. Oh, fuck. Well,
Yeah.
alive, that's kind of rude.
Been born.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and it's like it was the exact same moment to where like it's definitely
It's like fucking either
hot
she
in.
got pregnant a week before or a week after.
like a high chance.
And she had sex. Obviously, I assume she had sex with somebody else in that time frame.
Oh, I'm sure she did. She
Like,
probably
'cause-
choked somebody else
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like I go into work sometimes. My coworker will be like, "Did you get fucked this weekend? Because I know you didn't do any fucking."
Bro, like
That's fucking
yeah.
crazy.
So long
Sam.
story short, he got abused didn't use the condom and fucking thinks he has a kid now because the time frame lines up. But she's claiming, oh, I was on birth control, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, still, if you were on birth control...
No,
like,
she was saying she thought we used a condom.
but then
was saying
after...
She knew she was on birth control the whole time, so like the fact that she got pregnant was a shock to her.
Oh, okay, so she was on birth control the whole time, and she thought you guys used the condom because your coworker gave you condoms, but it's like, you guys were obviously way too drunk and she didn't know.
The funny thing about it is she's the one who fucking ripped the condom off.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you did put a condom on and she took it off you?
I started to, so I like just barely
like,
got
no!
it. I just barely got it past my tip, and she like fucking like
slingshot it away.
slings it off, like
Dude,
basically just like grabs it and then throws it against the wall.
Dude, she was hammered because I feel like no girl.
Dude,
is
I was
like that.
hammered too.
But I know, but, like,
I
that's
fucking
crazy.
remember her doing that.
That's fucking bananas, man.
Like, I don't remember most that night except for that part. And I think it was just because we were fucking for so long. I started sobering up.
Was that cigarette fucked?
Why is there a hole in this cigarette?
Rat
Do you
poison?
inject it with something?
Rat poison?
Huh? Trying to poison me?
Acid.
Trade it.
No, I'm not trading.
Why?
Because that cigarette's broken, bro. It won't smoke if it has a hole in it.
God,
Just hold your finger over it until it's...
yeah, it's like a fucking pipe.
We'll use that when we run out. It's our last resort.
All right, dude. I've been like, I used to not believe like all the repercussions from smoking, like.
Oh, I feel them for sure.
Like first like a smoker's cough, but I feel like I've always had a cough since I was a child. So like I've just had like, and same with my dad's always had a cough. He's not a smoker, so but I feel like I have a smoker's cough. I'm starting to, and like shortness of breath, like when I go on hikes or just like be more active, I feel like I'm more tired, and recently feeling like cranky if I'm like don't have the nicotine, like I like feel
If you don't
irritable.
have that, I was gonna call it teen for short, but I realized that doesn't make sense.
But I don't even really like smoking.
If you don't have a teen.
Yeah, 'cause, like nicotine, you're not gonna get into that teen, but that just sounds creepy now.
But I feel like
now
I
we just sound
don't
like
even like
Yeah.
smoking
Ugh.
that much. It's just like when I drink and like when we're social, I kind of am into it. But I'm like, I usually don't go out of my way to buy packs ever. Also, I was gonna say it's like lowering your immune system. I was like, whatever, my immune system's great. But
with
lately
your
I've been like,
with your injury, that's gonna be fun.
I've been feeling like I've been catching a cold more often, or like I don't know. This also
I'll
feels
get
like
that.
allergies. Like I've been like sneezing.
If I
too.
like go hams on smoking, like for you lit like the middle of that, bro. That was like straight.
I'm
like,
drunk,
middle of
dude.
the
No,
cigarette.
I'm not.
No, if I go fucking heavy on it, man, I feel like I have like a sinus infection for like a week. I'll just like hacking up the grossest shit,
Dude, that's how I was.
like
with
hacking up
chewing.
flubber and shit just
Yeah.
into my sink every morning.
Yeah, dude.
Or some like Stranger Things shit
Mhm.
at the end.
I
where
was
the kid
getting that a
spits
few
out-
weeks ago.
yeah.
I kind of feel like that now, but it's
You
not.
do that
as
from
severe.
chew?
It gets all sticky in the back of your throat and shit.
It's just
that makes
a
sense.
tobacco thing.
I've never done chew.
I'm not a huge fan of it. It's like, do you want to save your lungs from not
your
smoking,
jaw.
or do you want to save your jaw? Do you want to like, which one do you want to like?
I
have
just
removed
I
first?
like the habit of smoking.
Yeah, like I don't like the habit of having
That's
chew.
what I
Like,
yeah.
I think it's the habit of smoking.
It's half of like my addiction. I think it's like the habit of it. To like
like
it's
honestly,
like not even like the nicotine. It's like, oh, I'm driving. Like, oh, a cigarette out the window when I'm driving, listening to music's the
Mhm.
shit.
yeah, or coffee, or like after.
Dude, I don't
I
even
have
get
coffee
nicotine
in the
buzzes
morning.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't really.
Neither do I. I haven't forever. I did when you
Like-
got your Juul.
Yeah, I
I
was
took a
gonna
couple
say,
of puffs off of that.
The Juuls will, but even
I
after
got it after.
after a bit of the Juuls, you'll lose that too.
Yeah.
and they'll just start to make you sick. What the fuck?
Nicotine's
Tyler's
addiction.
trying to snap video of me during this. Hold
Let's
on.
get him on. Let's see.
Hello? Tyler. Did he fucking butt dial me? That cunt.
On Snapchat? That's
on
fucking
the
whack.
podcast? When I told him I was on the podcast? What a...
Boundaries crossed.
Oh,
What
cunt.
a dingus.
Dude, I left my shoe, like the other week, I left my shoes in Sergio's car and left my phone charger and sunglasses at their house. Like, how did I just decide to go home after they dropped me off from drinking? It was like, oh, I'm going to take my shoes off in your car before I get out to go inside.
How drunk were you?
I don't even feel like I was that drunk. I definitely didn't black out. Like, I remember, like, getting home. I don't remember taking my shoes off in there, though. I just felt really tired.
Maybe they took your shoes off.
I don't know what happened,
They
but
were
obviously I was
late.
drunker than I realized if that
you
happened.
must have been.
It was ridiculous. Oh, and they were trying to teach me how to play fucking Magic. Like, the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
game?
Yeah. I was, like, really drunk, and I was like, I'm going to be terrible at this, but whatever. I'll just drink and try to play. And I was, like, so fucking lost. And it seemed very
My
interesting.
brother's super into Magic, and he's made me play him a couple of times. I remember like he had like he's super into it. He has a whole bunch
Do you
of
just
different.
feel retarded when you're
Oh,
playing?
I felt so dumb.
No, the thing was, like we were playing it, and he has like a whole bunch of different decks of leveling like how good they fucking are. Because he does like actual like he goes to card shops and does competitions and shit. So he has like more casual decks that aren't like fucking crazy that you like. Kind of like beginner decks, I guess.
Yeah, there are beginner
So
decks,
he
and they're like
gave me like a nicer deck to give me like a leg up when
Yeah,
we were playing,
and
and
still
I
beat your-
whooped his ass
Oh,
twice.
really? And you
And
didn't
then
know
he
what
was
you're
like,
doing?
"No, I played like Yu-Gi-Oh and shit back in the day,
So it's like similar.
similar-ish, but yeah, it was definitely like I think a little bit beginner's luck, and he was like helping me through. But then I beat him a second time, and he was like, "Okay, fuck you," and he got out like his super nice deck. He's like, "I'm getting on my black deck," and then like, whoosh,
Yeah.
and whipped it out and shit, and then I still beat his ass.
No way.
Fuck that guy.
So
Undefeated in Magic to this day.
Dude,
Suck my dick.
you'll have to go play Tyler and Sergio
No, I will
and Victor.
lose. I will lose.
Victor's really good.
Yeah.
And like they were definitely going easy on me, so I like lasted longer than those they did, but they were like letting me win, so I just felt so dumb.
You
and
just
I,
felt like a little kid.
how yeah, I was like, this isn't even fun because you guys are like letting me, but they're trying to teach me. They weren't letting me win throughout the whole thing. They were teaching me.
giving
So
you
you,
tips,
so you want to do
exactly.
this? Oh, now you can kill. You can go for me. You can go for Tyler. You can beat their character this way now. And I'm like, dude,
Have you ever
honestly,
played
I just
Dungeons
don't-
and Dragons?
no.
It's fucking
They
fun.
all like to play that too, and
That shit's fun.
it seems fun if I could get into it. Like, and same with Magic, if I could just find the motivation to like want to be in that realm and like want to play.
Yeah.
And,
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons right. Because, like, you should play with somebody that knows what they're doing. And they should be like the dungeon master,
Yeah.
the guy who tells the story.
You want
and,
to do
like,
that with Big Al. He's
Yeah,
really
he's
into
really.
it.
We all just me and a group of friends did it all by ourselves. We'd never played, and so I was the dungeon master first, and I made the game fucking ridiculous. And we just kept making jokes and shit.
Well, I mean, as long
Like
as you
I
had
cut
fun.
off so many people's dicks when I like stopped being the dungeon master and I went and played. I was just like, I'm gonna roll to cut somebody's dick off, and I would like fucking. And it like depends on like how high you roll is how good it is. So if it's like a 1, you fucking miss and accidentally cut your own dick off. And if it's a 20, you cut his dick off and it shoots up and flies in his mouth. Like it's fucking it's great. And so
oh
like,
my
yeah,
god.
it was fucking. So we just fucked around playing it because you can do whatever you want technically. There's no rules.
Yeah.
So you can.
Which is why it would be so fun.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be a
I
blast.
feel like I would have to, if I was gonna get into that, even though people play that like well into their 40s,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a popular.
but like you'd
game,
want to
dude.
like start it when you're a little younger, I would think.
Do
But
you know who's
I
a
guess it doesn't
super
matter.
huge fan of it?
Who?
Vin Diesel.
No fucking
Vin
way.
Diesel fucking loves Dungeons and Dragons.
How did that even get
He
out?
used to be a bouncer, and he would like get off his shifts being this huge fucking tough guy at bars, kicking people out, and then go and fucking be a dungeon master.
I fucking love that, dude.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. Like, just because he looks like a fucking hard ass, like,
Yeah.
you can go and do that nerdy ass shit.
Yeah.
Who even cares? Because it honestly seems really fun. It felt like a change of pace too when I was playing Magic with them, because I was like, oh, it's just the 4 of us. We're not getting super hammered. You know, we're drinking
It's
while
fun.
playing this, but it was like
I want to do like a game night
that. You did.
where I have friends over, have a couple of drinks, play board games.
We'll still definitely drink heavily, not a couple
Heavily.
drinks. Well, I'm not gonna have like a couple drinks and then play Candyland, but like that does sound fun though.
I
Shoots
did
and
play
ladders.
Settlers of Catan.
I don't know
That
what
shit's
that is.
fucking fun. I'm not gonna explain it on here because 1, no, 2, yeah, no.
Dude, we need to play King's Cup. That's such a fun drinking
It's such
game.
a fun drinking game.
And like no, it's kind of underrated with our friend group. Like our friend group,
We
so,
never
like
play
nobody
it.
wants. I did play it when I was like 18 or 19.
Because it's like you have to sit down and just play that instead of like having a kickback and
I
everyone
love that
hanging
though.
out.
You're all
Yeah.
sitting down and
I want to play. I've tried playing it so many times here.
you're like, no, let's
And
play
every single
beer
time.
pong. No, let's like.
Yeah.
People just want to rage. I'm like, not
It's
every
fucking
time.
fun, man. I like that one.
So I have to give a a speech this Saturday.
To kids.
What?
Tyler's
I don't know.
wife.
To
Tyler's
kids?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would I have to give a speech to kids?
Maybe it's
Caden?
like community service.
That'd be the weirdest community service. All right,
Hey,
for
you're
your
a
community
fuck
service,
up.
you have to go give a speech to kids and like teach, like don't
Maybe you pissed on a playground.
don't
That's
do
the
stunts,
thing.
kids. Okay.
I don't.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
like,
I
why
shouldn't.
would they want you
I
to
shouldn't
go
be.
talk?
I shouldn't be allowed to be around kids after I just
Yeah.
pissed on a playground.
Hey, we want you to go explain yourself on why you just peed on a playground to a bunch of.
To a bunch of the kids.
10-year-olds.
We're gonna make you give them the sex talk
The-
now.
the
They've
apology.
already
Oh my
seen
God.
your dick, so just like whip it out and explain them.
Oh my gosh. No, but I don't know what to say.
And I'm Tyler's.
Like I don't know if I want it to be like super sincere and serious, or if it should be like a couple jokes. But like, there's gonna be so many different like groups of like their
People
families
there, yeah.
and like different friends and like if the jokes will land or if people will just be pissed. And I wanted to.
Hopefully nobody's overly sensitive.
I know that's the hard thing about having Mormon family members. You can't like you're gonna have to like watch what you say and not curse and like. Because what I wanted to end it with is like, may we cross streams forever, bro, or like something like that, like, or may we cross streams
I think it's fine.
for eternity, like.
I think you can get away with that
like,
one.
Like, because I wanted to mention like, oh, I've been, best buds with you since first grade through thick and thin, through all the bloody noses I've given you, and just like, you've always stuck around and we've always been good friends.
If you write a speech, I'll proofread it for you.
Yeah. Well, and he was saying like, well, before he's like, yeah, you can, if you want to do a speech, you can, but like, let me look over it first. And, like, that defeats the purpose. Like, if you're just gonna look over my speech,
that's why you just give him a fake one.
Yeah, like, just like a super like nice, sincere, quick speech, and then I just get hammered and read this really fucked up speech. And I want it to be like, because most people now would probably just write it on their notes on their phone, because everyone has their phone on them. But I definitely want to write it on a piece of paper and have it folded up all shitty in my back pocket. And then when I go to do it, I want to have like sunglasses on and like have a flask and like take a swig real quick and then do it. I have this vision in my head, and I'll probably like back out and be super nervous and weird, and then they'll go to hand me a mic.
Because you aren't really like good at public speaking.
Well, no, and I mean, I feel like.
I'm asking you.
In that aspect, I probably wouldn't be, but when it's like performing like with stunts and stuff, I'm not afraid. Or like with this podcast, I'm not afraid to like be talking to like.
Well, this isn't like that.
And well, even like with like being on camera of like for the TV shows and stuff. That's I know that's different than public speaking, but I feel like.
But you also know the audience is going out to
and it's definitely different though.
Yeah,
like when
for
you,
sure.
You have a crowd that's definitely not what
I would.
It's not your crowd.
Yeah. I think I'd be more nervous to talk in front of like a group of people like that with like a mixed audience of people that don't know me or don't like I've never met before that are like their family that I'm speaking in front of, more than like a random audience of people doing stand up in front of.
Yeah, and it's super crazy because like how often.
Though I do get super bad stage fright doing that shit still.
Of course, like. When Josh Wolf invited me to go on stage because he was just talking about me. He's like, Khyler, come up on stage. I want to let's talk about what we did today. And even that, I was like, my adrenaline pumped. I wasn't even like supposed to. I wasn't even gonna do anything. I would have felt
adrenaline rush, man.
I would have felt more comfortable if I had like a stapler or a mousetrap and like was gonna perform something dumb for people on stage than like having to talk into a mic. But even that, did you hear me when I did talk for a second? He's like, why don't you explain? Did I sound okay? I mean, I probably sounded a little nervous.
Yeah, you definitely sounded a little nervous and like
not super confident.
Yeah, and I feel like you were putting on like a facade. You weren't just straight up you on there.
Well, yeah, and I feel like that's how you are with like when people go on stage anyway. Yeah. You want to be yourself, but you also like it's hard to just. I don't know. It's almost like if yourself is super boring in a way, like unless you're constantly off the walls, like crazy person, super charismatic, which I'm not constantly fucking enthusiastic and happy.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately.
Wish
actually.
I was.
Where I wish I was one of those personality.
I wish I had like a crazy personality. Like I wish I acted like Eric Andre all the time.
Yeah, like I wish I was
just say whatever the fuck I want, wherever the fuck I want, and do all the crazy shit
that you want to do.
Yeah, like not have that part of me that says like, oh, don't do that. That's embarrassing.
Well, I wish I was more outgoing for sure, but then I almost feel like if I were to start be outgoing, people would think something's up.
You were doing coke.
Like that I was on some sort of drugs, or that I'm like trying to like suck up to them, or like I'm gonna ask them for something, or if I'm just like, what happened to you? You finally getting laid, or like what? Like why are you such a
getting laid?
Or like people think like you're in a good mood because you got your fucking dick wet or whatever. Like why are you in such a good mood?
I want that to be me, but I'm not that. I definitely
put me in a bad mood if somebody was like, why are you so happy, Khyler? This is suspicious.
So well, now I'm not.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm just, especially at work, I'm just always like annoyed and don't want to talk to any of my coworkers.
Yeah, I wish I had that person, but I don't. I have a really subdued personality. I'm real quiet a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. Which is why people, when I've talked to them about like doing a podcast with you, and I can't remember who it was the other day, if it was you, where you're like, Caden doesn't seem like shy, but he definitely seems like if, he's not going to go up to you and just like start a conversation, but when you do talk to him, like you can keep a conversation going.
That's exactly,
but you're
that's
not,
spot on.
Like you can definitely, like you're not hard to talk to at all. That's why we're able to fucking,
thanks, baby.
I don't know if that was you or if it was, yeah, because you're not a hard person to talk to. Obviously we've been doing this podcast for a few months now, and which isn't even shit, but the fact that we've kept it going and able to like keep conversations going.
I know I was nervous about that definitely when we started. I thought we were gonna have like 2 podcasts, and then we're gonna be out of things to say. I've
Well,
already told a lot of my good stories on here, which I'm real bummed about.
Those things tend to happen, especially like with going to the gym. I'm gonna work out, and then a couple months later, or even less, then you just kind of fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
Whatever, being sober.
Well, I think this is easy because this is fun.
Well, it is. Yeah, that's why I want to keep doing it. If it was
This
like
is literally like my excuse to hang out with you.
if it felt like a job, yeah,
Exactly.
It's like, oh, let's kick it. Well, an easy way to kick it is like, oh, we can have drinks and we can just talk because we'd like to talk a bunch anyway. Well, why not record these conversations?
This is like kind of an obligation that I make myself do, but it's something I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Like I had no plans tonight, and I was like, I don't want to sit home and do nothing. Let's do a
Dude,
podcast.
You know what's funny is I was literally at work thinking like, do I ask Caden if he wants to do a podcast tonight, or do I let him ask me?
So fucking
kind of like
cute.
in a relationship. It's like, do I ask him to hang out, or should I let them ask me? Like
I
literally,
ship it.
And almost every time I do think that, you do ask me. Since we've been doing this, I'm like, I'm not doing anything tonight. I wonder what Caden's doing. And usually, sometime while I'm at work or after, like podcast, I'm like, yeah, obviously, like, unless you were to say sober podcast, you'd be like, I don't know.
Well, I thought we were only gonna have beers tonight.
Well, then I text you like, should I get a bottle? And
I know, I'm glad you did. Well, now I'm not glad you did because it's $7 vodka.
It's a
It tastes like the hangover I'm gonna have tomorrow.
dude.
It's fucked.
Like it's a whole liter. It's not like a little thing of $7 vodka.
It's a full-size bottle.
Big bottle of
nastier than
Barton
Everclear.
vodka. Like,
Like the Tito's, a bottle of this costs $22.
Yeah.
Bro,
Same
Tito's
size
is
as this.
amazing. Dog.
Tito's is the shit.
well, I was thinking about
I love Tito's. It's
all I had
usually
was
all
a
I buy.
$20 bill.
Yeah,
And it's like,
that's-
all
No,
right,
you're good.
I
I
want to
don't
get something
blame you.
cheap. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should get some Svedka. It's around. I think it's a little
Yeah.
smaller than that, but about
Honestly, I'm just surprised it came in a glass bottle for
Right?
$7.
Yeah, for real. I'm thinking like an Everclear bottle.
Because what that the Black Velvet whiskey that's super fucking cheap comes in plastic bottles.
Yeah. Well, like even that, dude. They have a whole gallon of Everclear, or it might be just under a gallon for like $30.
Oh my god!
Like it's like,
I'm not doing that.
and that
No
shit's
way.
like that
Fuck
shit's like
no.
190
Bro,
proof.
You're
So it's
literally
90.
gonna have to pay me to drink
Dude,
that.
it's 90% alcohol. Like, so this is 40% alcohol. 100. What is it? What proof would that be? It's 100 proof, 80 proof. So if it's 80 proof, it's I guess 40% alcohol, and I think
Is that what that
Everclear.
means?
Well, it says it right here. So
Oh, does it?
it's 80 proof, which is 40% alcohol. Everclear is 190 proof, so it's like 90% alcohol.
Oh my god!
It's literally straight up fucking rubbing alcohol. You will go blind if you drink too much of that, or just straight up kill yourself. Like
That's a good way to end
It's
your life.
so fucked. Everclear.
If
The
you
fact
were
that
to-
it's legal to fucking
If you were
buy.
gonna kill yourself, how would you do it? Let's talk about that.
Okay, I've thought about it actually. I'd like want to like ride a monster truck off a huge ramp into the Grand Canyon, and then like get like shot out in the middle of the air, like James Bond or something,
Mhm.
and just have like this huge spectacle. Maybe
Yeah.
some fireworks go off, and then I just plummet into the Grand Canyon.
That's not bad.
Like,
You know how
but
I
I
would do
want,
it?
but I've also wanted to do that as a stunt and not die. But I was like, that'd be a cool way to actually kill yourself.
Yeah. You want to know how I would do it?
That's here.
I would jump off a building with a kiddie pool underneath, and then holding an umbrella. I want people to think like, did he think he was gonna do? Like, did he think he would survive this?
Dude, that'd be fucked up if you did.
It's like a 20-story building.
If you-
He
20-story
fucking
building
jumps off the
with
top
a
of
fucking
it.
Mary Poppins umbrella and
It'd be
shit
so funny if
into
like,
a kiddie
the
pool.
wind somehow caught you like 5 stories down, and it swings you back into the building. You break through the window and live, but you
That'd
get
be
like
crazy.
severely hurt. But like you're like caught up and broken.
Just
limbs.
a fucking broken.
Like-
Like, throw me back out.
Yeah,
please."
it's just like Mr.
Just
Incredible,
like me.
like the Incredibles where he saves the dude's
No,
life,
I
but like
also-
breaks his neck.
If I
Oh,
ever,
yeah.
if I ever kill myself, I'm gonna put a note blaming somebody for my murder.
Well, that's just
Just a
fucked up.
random
Oh, like a
person?
random name, like you just make up a random
Just
name.
no, I'm gonna open a phone book.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick somebody that's real, and I'm gonna be like, that guy, like Roger Smith,
Told you.
killed me.
Oh, like
No,
he
he
murdered
murdered
you.
me.
Oh, you okay?
This might seem
It
like a
wasn't-
suicide. I'm gonna put a note saying like, if I die, it was Roger Smith.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you can't be like this may seem
You
like a
get the address,
suicide,
dude.
but this is a real
If
murder.
yeah,
Oh my
100%.
Well, Austin and I used to joke like back in high school how we'd kill ourselves, and it would be like it was simple as like putting a blank canvas up against the wall
And
blowing your brains out up into the canvas, obviously
man.
signing it first. You know,
Art.
That's artsy as fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like I mean,
oh God, I think I've seen that on Tumblr, dude.
What the fuck?
but like, has anybody actually done that? And like, I feel like you have to be a famous artist because like
There
nobody's
was
gonna
like a
give a
famous
shit about
musician
you
who
doing
killed themselves
Well,
on stage.
what's that artist?
G.G.
that
Allen
cut his
wanted to do
ears
it.
off?
I know.
Oh, Van Gogh.
But that wasn't because of art. That's because he had like a raging hard on for a lady, and that's
Yeah.
how he thought he was gonna get her.
He mailed his ear to
To
her.
a chick that he wanted to marry.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Yeah,
dude.
he was a
that's
real
The
crazy,
more you
dude.
know.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
What a
Let me
freak.
just-
You know,
Let me
William
just
Dafoe played him in a movie.
Who?
William Dafoe played.
Willem Dafoe.
Who the fuck?
I feel like we've talked about this before.
Probably, I
It's
don't
William
know.
Dafoe. Either way.
Willem Dafoe. You know he's a huge dick.
So it was you who told me about him having a huge dick.
Has a
And then
huge
the
hog.
and the porn star.
How the fuck do you know?
Because it's like a famous story. He was in this movie called The Antichrist, where he needed to show his dick on stage, or not on stage, in the movie. And so they got like a dick double. They hired a porn star to be his dick. And then like Willem Dafoe whipped out his dick, and it was bigger than the porn stars. By a lot. Like they were like, that's too big to show. People won't believe that.
Did they not end up using Willem's
No,
cock
they didn't
then?
use
They
his dick.
still use the porn star's dick, even though they wanted the porn star's dick because it would be bigger.
Well, it's also I think the fact that you don't want
you don't want your
leading actor-
you want a dick double, and you want like a generous.
I think it's like a
size
funny
one.
thing to say that they didn't use his dick because it was too big and scary, but like I think it was just the fact
Even
that,
if
like,
you had a
yeah.
small one or a
Then you
normal
find out
one,
it's just a
Yeah,
head.
they would have just
yeah.
used one.
A
But I
dick
guess he had
double.
a swinging huge dick.
because like most actors, I would imagine don't if they're in like a sex scene or shows their full on cock. Like,
Not a lot.
They don't.
I don't
just-
think a lot have, no.
they go for like porn stars. Like there was this
I think
movie.
that's most sex scenes. There's a lot of them where like even like you'd be surprised if they used like a body double, but they do a lot of the time.
It's a shame. I heard in the like I
Right.
can't remember what country it was. Somebody told me, I think it was Damon told me that they actually fuck like in the movies. I think it was like in
There's
France.
a handful of movies.
Or in the movie, like the sex scene, they actually have sex, which I was like, oh, that makes for better acting, makes for like more like real.
There's an American movie where like
believable.
I think a pretty famous actress. I think she was in Chuck. Did you ever watch Chuck?
Mm-mm.
I think the chick from Chuck blew a real dude in a movie.
A real dude, like she actually blew
Blew him, yeah.
and it
Fake
shows
guy.
it.
Yeah, I think it was her. But if I'm not, I'm sorry. If that's not you,
Do our research.
yeah, I'm sorry if this is making you cough, bro.
It's all good.
Huffing on those ciggies, mate.
I'm just trying not to cough in the mic.
Oh, you're good. I cough in the mic constantly.
Well,
I'm gonna look that up.
so I did ask
Oh yeah, let's see if we got any
for some questions.
questions, bruh.
And I want them. Oh yeah, Noah asked a while ago, like, would you drink my chew spit? And Damon, with no hesitation,
Said
was
yes.
yes, for sure. Yeah, because I wanted to ask, like, I wanted to get people to ask questions that weren't just stunt related.
Oh, Caligula.
That's
That was
the
a
movie?
really big fucking movie. It had Helen Mirren, and there was real sex in that movie
Nice.
during the orgy scenes.
Let's watch that right
Alright.
now tonight.
It was all about like the Rome and shit.
I
And
can't
so there's a whole
remember
bunch
what
of
movie
sex
it
scenes.
is, but I think it's like Neighborhood Watch or something like that.
Oh, and there is
Where
the
there's
orgy
an
scene.
orgy
Yeah,
scene
yeah.
in the bottom. Dude, that was the first time I saw like anything like that in front of my parents.
Yeah, no, when we,
And
isn't
it was
Seth
so
Rogen in it?
awkward. I don't remember.
I know what movie you're talking about.
It's so
for
awkward
sure.
because there's like two dudes like or three dudes on a couch like sitting there fucking like giving each other handies, but you can't tell. And then they're just like switch.
Oh my god. And you watched that with your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I was like 14,
Nymphomaniac.
dude.
Was that with Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf.
But
There
that
was
wasn't
real
his-
sex in that.
Yeah, but it wasn't his dick though, from what I've heard.
Okay.
I'm
it might
hoping
not be.
I'm hoping it was his dick.
But there's live on that people are having real
oh yeah,
sex.
yeah,
in it.
yeah. I remember watching that because I was going through a huge Shia
That's
kick.
by Lars von Trier. He's
And,
like the most fucked director there is,
yeah,
dude.
it-
Have you heard
I-
about his newest movie?
Uh,
The house that. Oh fuck! The house that John built. Fuck! I'm
was
gonna.
that
I wanna
where
get that
Jack
right.
Black's in that?
No, the house that Jack built is super fucked up. It's like the most violent movie ever, dude. It's really fucked up. They just did it at a film festival last year. And so it's like a film festival. People go there to watch controversial films. Like it's for
Yeah.
film buffs who are like, oh, I love the art of film. half the audience walked out of the first screen.
No way.
Yeah.
What?
What
was
is this movie called?
Fucked. The House That Jack Built.
What's so fucked about it?
It's all about a serial killer.
And
I think it's like
all seems like super realistic.
it's super realistic and also super brutal. Like there's like crazy murders in it. Like he shoots 5 dudes in a row with a sniper rifle. So he just sets up a sniper rifle point blank on one dude with 5 dudes next to him, and he just fucking kills all of them. There's like torture scenes in it. He brutally murders Uma Thurman and then drags her by a car. He shoots kids.
Bro, if you had to kill somebody, how would you kill him?
We'll get in that in a second. We will get in that in a second. But he legitimately, there's on-screen kids getting shot.
Oh, okay, that's too much.
Dude, it's fucked.
They had kid actors actually.
Because
usually when there's kids having to commit murders in movies, they like get a double, like a stunt double that.
And I'm sure they CGI'd it or did whatever
they might have. Yeah,
they did whatever I think they had to like make it.
Yeah,
as safe as for those kids as possible. But it's definitely like the kids running, bullet, kid flies.
Okay,
it's pretty fucked.
Still just uncomfortable.
I want to see this movie.
Rough, dude.
I wonder if it'll be on like Hulu or Netflix.
I doubt it. I don't know what the fuck it would be on. Go for it, dude.
I'm gonna steal this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want my American flag skull lighter?
If I were to,
Fuck you.
so I'm
Dude,
killing
is this
somebody
Kurt?
or I'm
Is this
torturing
Kurt?
somebody.
Yeah, dude. White lighter. Are you just hoping to die when you're 27?
I fucking want to, man.
So this is my dude.
like sooner if possible. I own like 5 of these. Does that mean I die quicker?
I'm hoping.
Yeah, please.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if that's the rule. Like, if like every time you own a white lighter, it's just like increasing your chances to die at 27.
I peel off the plastic vinyl on every lighter I have,
So you don't.
it becomes
So
white.
you're not buying a white lighter. So I wonder if that's what they did, or if like. all
That's
those
probably
people-
also. How many people buy white lighters every fucking day?
My brother,
Exactly. Is he 27?
26.
So
Oh,
he's
fuck,
got
getting up
another-
there.
Okay, but the 20. I swear, I think the 27 Club only is for musicians. Like people say it's for anybody or like famous people, and I don't think it's even just for famous people. I think it's like a musician thing. It could be just for famous people, but I think it's for me. And a lot of times, dude, I feel like it's all like drug-induced deaths with like the famous musicians that die when they're 27.
I heard
They
Jimi
probably
Hendrix
have
wasn't that big into drugs,
How
and
did
it was
he
just
die?
like a fake persona they put on.
They what? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was mostly like acid and like it was
Yeah.
like psychedelics of what
I heard that
would
his
think.
whole arrest with the heroin and shit wasn't real. That was like fake.
Damn.
The cop said he had a heroin. But
How
he
did he
didn't.
die?
I think it was a drug shit. Like, I don't think he was like a heavy drug user.
Wasn't there a documentary about it?
I don't know.
Like the
if there
cops,
was,
like,
I haven't seen
Put
it.
it in like the trunk of his car or something.
It was
like
in
that.
his guitar case, I think, wasn't it?
Wasn't in his guitar case or
Something like in an
something
airport,
like that.
I think.
Like they pulled him.
That might have been Johnny Cash, but that was real. He definitely had drugs. He was a big druggie. But yeah, I don't think Jimi Hendrix was that fucking crazy into drugs. He was like a really responsible dude
Nice.
and super like people always like is this virtuoso who fucking listen to like get stoned as fuck and make this beautiful music. But he was like a really well trained musician,
Mm-hmm.
like classically trained musician.
And not like a fucking
Some
junkie.
crazy junkie that like because of the drugs he was an amazing musician.
Dude, that'd be fucking tight, dude. Like you just like you do acid one day, and next thing you know, you're just like a badass
Oh, God.
musician.
I'm really hoping to get like hit by a car and then go into a coma and then like I come out like a math whiz.
Dude, I was hoping that with my like concussion. I was like,
Is that a thing that happens?
Yeah, dude.
People
Yeah,
get hit in the
people-
head
so,
hard
like,
and then they're all of a sudden
music-
smarter?
music
Yeah.
can reroute people's thinking and concentration
Yeah.
on their brain. So like the way you're thinking right
Wow.
now, music can actually alter that, or make like an alternate route through your brain to where you are now like thinking differently, like completely different than what you already think.
Yeah, well that's
I've
why
definitely
I'm
heard
always
that
listening
when
to music
people
when I work.
when people learn an instrument, it rewires their brain the same way that it does if they learn a second language.
Yep.
That's
And
cool.
learning a second language changes the way your brain is wired, so you think differently.
Well, yeah, you'd have to, dude. Like,
Well, like
I
it's
can't
not
like-
even in the aspect of speaking.
Yeah, no,
It will
you're just, like, a
change the
different-
way you think about things. The way that
Everything.
you solve problems will become easier because your brain's wired for 2 separate. It's crazy.
Lately, I feel like my brain's been like on a fucking.
Oh my god, dude.
I've felt like at my dumbest.
Me too.
Like I've been feeling
Same
so
here.
like dull and like stupid.
I feel like I'm slowly getting dumber.
I know, and it worries me. I'm like, am I gonna have like fucking Alzheimer's? Like, is this like a fucking like early onset or like these signs that I'm just gonna be fucking having huge mental problems? But it doesn't help that I like.
Dude,
I feel
my
like I
body.
used to be a smart person.
I feel like I used to be smarter like 2 months ago.
I feel like I
just
used
feel like
to
I'm
be.
like-
when I had my brain hemorrhage, the doctor said I'd probably get dementia by the time I'm 50.
Oh fuck.
Well,
Yeah, dude.
That's
count it down. Count down the days, dude. Once you turn
That's
50, just fucking
hands
unplug.
down.
25 is my half-life, dude.
One of the scariest things for me is dementia.
So what is dementia? Where you forget where you're at, or like
It's just like,
who you are?
as far as I don't understand it all that well, but it's like a deterioration of your memory.
Because I've
Yeah,
definitely.
So
So
I'll be
you'll
like,
forget who
like-
people are. You'll
yeah.
forget memories.
like your grandma would call you Sean. 'Cause she's thinking she's at that age where your dad was.
Okay.
She'll think that
It's
you're
almost like
him.
Alzheimer's in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Alzheimer's, you forget like that kind of stuff as well, right?
Yeah. Maybe I'm speaking out of my ass. I don't know the difference between
should look
Alzheimer's
at-
and
I
dementia.
think
Ugh.
I think dementia you don't actually like. I think you're like stuck.
I think you don't even know.
With, like Alzheimer's, it comes back and forth.
Have you ever seen that, like, I remember there's a really famous, like, post I've seen tons of places, of, like, a dude who has Alzheimer's. He's an artist.
Alzheimer's.
He has
old
the timer.
Alt delete.
He has the timers.
Old timers.
How do you say it?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. He has Alzheimer's, and he's an artist. So he does a self-portrait throughout, like, his diagnosis.
I know
and it
exactly
gets,
what
like,
you're talking about.
fucking
It gets
crazy.
horrible. It gets
Yeah.
creepy, and then it just gets terrible.
It
like,
gets so
he just
sad,
doesn't know.
dude.
He was like such a good artist.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like a picture-perfect like drawing of himself. And then it just gets
self-portrait.
more simple and simple until it's literally like a stick figure.
Mhm.
That's fucked.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
real sad.
Just forgets how to draw. So like if you like say knew how to play a music like an instrument, and then you just forget how to, you can like forget how to walk or ride a bike.
Well, that's what happened to Brian Johnson. Yeah.
Is that the guitarist?
Or no, Brian Young.
Who's that? Brian Johnson. The only way I think Brian Johnson was the singer for
Oh yeah, see, I'm
AC/DC.
mixing it up. It's Angus Young's brother,
Oh, Malcolm Young.
Malcolm Young.
Okay.
He had to get retaught his songs because he was forgetting them.
Oh man.
He couldn't remember. Before concerts, he would have to sit there and like relearn how to play the song.
I feel like I would feel like that too because I feel so dumb like lately,
Yeah.
and that's not a good sign when you're 23 years old. Like
Yeah.
I've had it happen like maybe 2 or 3 times in my life where I wake up in my room and my room feels 100% foreign and I don't know where I'm at in my room, and I'm like,
That's a little scary,
it feels like
dude.
my door. I'm looking at my door. I'm like, it's not where okay, so I know I'm in my room, but my room doesn't feel like my room. Like it feels like my door isn't where it's normally
Yeah.
at. I'm like, this isn't it, and I'm like pacing around. I'm like, nothing feels familiar. Like this happened to me like a couple months ago, even. Like I was just like,
Well, I think that might be just a factor of like waking up from a dream
I'm
can
just
like wig you out. I don't think that's
and
an
it didn't feel like it
actual
was from a
mental-
dream though. Like the dream didn't make me feel like I woke up and just I did, because you know when you do that, I got a sleepover. You wake up in your friend's
Yeah.
house for a second, like where am I? Oh yeah, I got drunk and
That's
passed
me
out
when
at
I'm
my buddy's
blacked
house.
out, dude. I like forget that all the time. Like,
Yeah, so but
oh,
that's not the case. And even if you were to black out and wake up in your room, it wouldn't feel as weird. But that wasn't even what happened. I woke up like sober. I wasn't drinking, and I just feel like I don't know where I'm at. And then
I don't know if that's exactly like memory or mental issues. I think that's just the thing that happens to you. I wouldn't be too stressed about that, dog.
yeah, I mean I'm not, but it's just like kind of creepy. It's like
Yeah, for
why,
sure.
Like why is that
I
happening?
get that for sure. I feel like I had something to say and I think I lost it.
Oh.
I mean, we were gonna
What?
see how you would torture
Oh
someone.
yeah, he
Oh,
asked
how
me.
would
But
torture
we went on
somebody?
like a whole different tangent.
Teeth. I would fuck with teeth.
Oh,
If I wanted to torture people,
Damn,
that's like
bro.
the most fucked up thing you can do. I would
I
fuck with
think-
their teeth.
Damn.
For sure.
Dude, like
I've thought
would you
so
like yank
hard
them out or
about
like
this, how I
chisel at
did.
them or?
Yeah. Oh, that would be fucking
Chisel at
rough.
him? Oh my
That's
god,
how-
dude. Just chip away.
Yeah, that's how I was.
Okay, I would
picturing it.
knock them out, and then I would get like a fucking belt, and I would put it around their head with a chisel in between their teeth, so that it's as tight as possible, and then I would just go fucking in and out.
like a chisel.
So like
a chisel
around,
or
yeah, like a legit like
or file.
a file. That's
That's
what
what-
I'm looking for.
that-
Thank you.
Because you said chisel, but a file, so you're like
Yeah, a
filing
file.
their teeth.
So like I would make them
File
clench
them
down
down.
on a file, tie a belt around their head as tight as fucking possible, like jaw to the top of their skull,
Yeah.
and tighten it as tight as possible, and then just fucking in and out.
And just like, so you knock out their teeth first, so they're like nubs.
No, it would be their teeth,
Oh,
straight
okay.
up teeth.
Oh,
So
okay.
And I
you'd
would
have
just
to, you'd have to
fucking
like
ruin
file
them.
them down like
Yeah.
like,
And I would just do that until
gross.
I was happy.
Until I was happy.
Okay, no, you're like,
Because
like,
I'm
you'd
just
have to
gonna
like,
get hacked.
like the whole point of torturing is like interrogation.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to get something out of it, but I guess what you're getting out of it is your happiness. But you can't just do that to somebody and let them go. Like
No.
the end all of torture is to like you end up killing them. Like
No
oh,
matter
like
what.
here
Did
you
you ever
go.
hear that story about the Vietnam vet that blinked Morse code like help?
No. What?
Yeah, they like made him do a video where he was like, said like, I'm fine, everything's okay, don't come get me. But he blinked in Morse code like, save me.
Oh my god! And
Yeah.
and it worked, and he got
Yeah.
saved.
Yeah.
Dude, war stories are fucking disgusting.
Dude, I just
insane.
found out about a whole bunch of,
Ear chains.
huh?
Did you ever? Have you guys ever heard about ear chains?
Ear chains.
What?
Yeah.
That's an
Oh,
ear,
yeah.
That's an ear chain.
Yeah, dude. Like people in the war would fucking like cut off like
Ears.
whoever's ear that they killed.
Oh, okay. So
and
it's
then
like a
put it
trophy.
onto
Yeah.
a chain. Put it onto a chain.
Dude, people in the
I
war
can't remember
have to
what
be like
war
a
that was,
whole
but-
nother fucking
Level of
breed.
fucked
Like
up.
they have, like they become like trained, especially like the Marines, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like if
Have you ever heard about the people that defected to North Korea?
no, what?
There's a
What the
whole
fuck does
bunch
that-
of,
Like, what do you
they
mean?
defected to
they defected to North Korea.
what does that mean?
So they left
South?
South Korea and went to North Korea by choice.
That's fucked. Why?
There's a fucking whole bunch of them. I'm gonna look it up because I don't want to get their names wrong.
Should I?
Dude, I think if I were to torture somebody, I'd just like make it to where like they soaked in battery acid till their skin started to fall off. Then
Oh my
drag them
God.
through like road base, and then probably put them in like a bath of just rubbing alcohol.
Jesus.
That's so fucked, dude.
So I looked that guy up. James Joseph Dresnock. He was an
Who?
American soldier
Oh, okay.
stationed on the border. And he was this dude, he's had this crazy fucked up life. Like his parents abandoned him. Like he was supposed to live with his dad, and his dad kicked him out, made him homeless, so he went with his mom, and his mom kicked him out. And then he went with like an aunt, and his aunt beat him and then kicked him out. And then like he married a chick, and then he went to war, and she cheated on him and left him. And all this shit. Super depressed dude was just at the border, and this was after his wife had just left him for another dude. And like sent a thing about how he's like better dick than he is. And all this fucking shit. And like super depressed, just walked the border between South and North Korea in
Oh,
like,
that's
the 80s.
okay. All right. Didn't know who you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the Morse code guy.
No, this is a different guy. He
So
just
an American
decided-
who was from
American
in
who was
South Korea.
stationed at the border of South and North Korea just walked to North Korea.
I'm assuming he got shot immediately. No.
People like went to go. Nobody realized what happened on the South until it already happened, and he walked into the North. Like dropped his gun, and they fucking took him as a prisoner for a long time. And then like he was there forever, and he wanted to be there. Like he chose to be there, and he ended up becoming a huge celebrity. Like he ended up being in movies.
And for North Korea.
And he was the villain of North Korean movies for like years and years.
That sounds kind of tight, dude.
Dude, it's a crazy life.
And then North Korea even made movies because they're like so
Yeah.
far behind in like.
No, they used to
technology.
make movies and they made white people the bad guys. He was an American soldier in the movie. He
Aren't
was
white
the bad
people
guy.
always the bad guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ding, fucking hot
Well,
topics here on the
dude,
ADHD
that's
podcast.
crazy.
No,
That's
it's
crazy,
crazy.
though.
He lived there the entire rest of his life. He ended up getting married there. He was like hated for a really long time for being an American, and then once he got into these movies, he became like a celebrity in North Korea.
Dude, that's insane. This needs to become.
And
a
then they
movie.
used him
Like an actual, like they need. I
as
wanna
like
hear about this.
propaganda. He would like have to go in front of North Korean people and be like, "Yeah, America's terrible. It's the devil. Everything that they say is true about America." There was like 5 or 6 American
Hell
soldiers
yeah, dude.
in North Korea, and every other one wanted to leave except this guy.
Probably because his whole life was so fucked.
So shitty that this was better to him.
His upbringing and like his wife
Yeah,
leaving him and
dude.
doing all that.
100%.
Like, made him
He,
just fucking resent
hated-
America.
I love Asians.
He
now.
always wanted the American
Makes me
dream.
go.
He like is quoted in this that he always, when he was in America, all he wanted was the American dream. He wanted the wife, the white picket fence, the 2 kids, And, like, that never happened to America. He kept getting fucked over. But that happened to him in North Korea.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's really fucked, dude. Yeah, one of 6 U.S. soldiers to defect during the Korean War. After the Korean War, rather.
Is defecting...
Leaving your country.
Okay, because I was
so when you, like... There's a lot of Russian people that have defected to America. So it tends to be from, like, when you abandon your countryhood to join some other country.
Okay.
Usually, like, an enemy.
I've just never heard that term, but, like,
you
that's
can't, like,
interesting.
defect to Canada. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Just go to Canada, like, you can't be here. Like, I'm defecting.
Yeah.
You can't do that shit.
Yeah, okay, because it's usually, like you said, it's to the enemy or to a country that's, like, not normally you would want, other people would want to go to or strive to, or, like, not necessarily everyone wants to go to Canada or people in America, but it's, like, that's not, there's no beef, like,
exactly.
with America.
I think a lot of it is democratic countries defecting to communist countries.
That's so fucked.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, man. Live the rest of his fucking life.
Do you want another drink?
Yeah.
Should we take a break and get
Well, we're
refill?
at 55. What are we going to go to this episode? Because I know we've been wanting to keep them shorter.
Yeah.
Do you want to just do an hour?
I was going to say no longer than an hour and a half. Let's try to keep them, like, a little shorter. I was going to say we can look at questions.
Okay. We're definitely going longer for questions, but let's get drinks in this first.
Yeah. Want to pause? And
we
get
got
some
to
drinks.
pause?
Let's make some mixers.
Goodbye.
And we're back! Dude, the fact that we just jinxed that, that was not planned.
Not planned
at all, but I could read your mind that you were going to do that.
Oh
but I was hoping you weren't, so I could do it.
I thought we were going to have, like, a fucking battle on who was going to say it, so you were going to go up and say it until I started saying it, but I'm glad that happened.
Literally. But we're back, guys.
We're back!
Not that didn't seem like a huge break.
We're
not
back,
gonna
a
have
dinosaur story.
any... Oh, dude,
do you remember that movie?
Dude, I have that on tape.
It's the fucking best movie,
so
dude.
fucking good.
Oh, that was so
You know
loud.
that break was like literally like not even a break. It was gonna cut off like, okay, we're going, and we're back.
That's how it's gonna do, and that's how I want it to be.
That's so ridiculous. All right, well.
But yeah, that's the best fucking movie, dude. I love that shit.
I have so many tapes. Like I think I'm in like this like hundreds now. I haven't counted, but like
dope.
So I have like a shit ton.
What's your favorite VHS you own?
Dude? You. Oh my god, I don't know. I hate picking favorites when people are like favorite this and that.
But stop being a gay boy and just answer.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Actually,
it could be your favorite right now, the one you're stoked about owning.
Okay, the one that I'm stoked about owning might not be my favorite movie. Donnie Darko. I have on VHS,
dope.
and it's a white tape.
That's sick as fuck.
And you know how I got
actually
it?
love that
You know how I
movie
acquired
a lot.
this? A fan of mine on
Yeah.
Instagram sent me a bunch of tapes. And he's like, anything in specific you would like? I have so many tapes. He has like a fucking full-on library. Every part of his wall is just VHS tapes. It's dope.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Shout out to fucking Live Fast Die Fast on Instagram. I believe that's his handle. Anyway, he randomly reached out to me because he saw that I liked collecting tapes. And he's like, what do you want in specific? Anything? I'm like, well, I really wanted Donnie Darko. He's like, yeah, I'll send you Donnie Darko. And I was like, cool. And then he ended up sending me 9 other tapes. So he sent me 10 tapes, a bunch of like candy, a bunch of stickers, popcorn, like this whole care package. It was so
That's
fucking
fucking
dope,
sick,
dude.
bro.
I was stoked.
Did he send you a Polaroid of him naked?
I wish. That would have been fucking amazing. That would have been so funny.
All right, I'm gonna do these gross ass shots I'm not excited for.
Yeah.
Yum. Dude, I can't even fucking watch you guys tape those. Oh
I almost
my
threw
god,
up.
dude.
But yeah, like favorite
That's
tape.
ass,
I don't know.
dude.
I've like it just depends on the type because I love Disney. And Damon actually asked me the other day, what's your favorite Disney movie? And I want to say it might be Sword in the Stone.
That's a good one, dude.
I fucking
That
love
one's
Sword in the
fucking
Stone.
dope.
I have so many favorites. It's like hard to pick because I don't want people to base my favorite off of because I have so many that I absolutely adore. Same with people who ask me, what's your favorite band? What's your favorite movie? Who's your favorite superhero?
Yeah.
But I can't answer. I can't answer a favorite superhero.
So can
can't.
I.
Okay, who's yours?
Okay, we'll say it at the same time.
It's not going to be the same.
I'm one.
It's not going to be
Okay,
the same. If
ready?
it is, all right, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Ah! No fucking way! No, are you serious, dude?
That's fucking
weird.
bananas.
That's so weird. We didn't plan that. Obviously, it's gone. This isn't staged. No, but like I had no
Wolverine's
idea
my favorite.
that Wolverine was your favorite. So that's why I was like, "There's no way. Like, why are you doing a countdown?" And I was like, in my mind, I was thinking,
you know what I thought? I
maybe-
knew mine was Wolverine, and I was pretty sure yours was gonna be Wolverine.
Oh my
I
God.
had a pretty good feeling
Wolverine's
yours was gonna be Wolverine.
fucking dope, dude. I fucking love Wolverine.
He's one of the best written characters,
Dude, he's so
of the
fucking
last 30
and
years.
he's just so badass. And
Yeah.
if you like, it's weird when you narrow it down. It's like, oh, it's like a dude with fucking forks at his
But that's not
hands.
even
But
the thing that I
he's
love
so
about him
fucking sick.
most.
He regenerates.
That's pretty sick. That's a sick superpower. But like, I just love him as a character because he's like, there's almost no superhero who struggled as much as he has.
And like
He
doesn't can't die.
He can't die. He's lived for so long. He's seen so many people he loved die.
Mhm.
It's such like a fucking like
Heartbreaking
Dude,
story.
no joke, in theaters, I fucking cried
At
during
fucking
Logan. I cried.
Logan
like,
was definitely sad.
It was so fucking sad because like he never like had that connection with
Yeah.
having a daughter and like having that love. Not that we know of, you know. It's like, and also, so I think at the end what he says. So this is what it feels like. What he was saying, I think, was this is what it feels like to die officially. But I think what also he was meaning was like with having this connection with this person.
Yeah.
Also, so this is what you could So when I like interpreted it in both ways, it was like, oh my God, it felt like I actually 100% lost a loved one. I felt like sick.
Dude, it was fucked
Which is super
up.
weird.
The movie was one of the best.
Because it wasn't a superhero movie,
No.
really. It was different, and
It was a movie that had to deal with superheroes.
and you know the only reason why he was getting sick and dying was the adamantium that Stryker put in him. He would
it
have
was
lived.
poisoning him,
He would have lived forever. He lived so long after that.
Yeah.
But like, he
Well,
would have
that's
lived even
based
longer.
off of a comic.
He would've-
Loosely.
He would have lived forever.
Yeah.
Because that's just how he is. It's like Deadpool. Like he would have just kept living.
Thanks, Theo.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You gonna hang out?
Caden bought it.
Oh yeah.
He also
that
bought
was-
me drinks.
Oh, you're welcome. What'd you get?
I sounded like an idiot asking for those.
I bet. I would have
I
too.
was
I've
like,
never even heard of
Zen
those.
Spearmint 6 degrees, and then I got in the car and I was
6
like,
degrees?
6%.
Oh my God.
6 degrees.
Can I
There's
get 6 degrees spearmint Zen
Yeah.
pouches? I
So is
swear.
that like how cool they are? Or
I
is it-
swear,
or
my
is that
age.
the like angle that they're at?
Yeah, they're
I
at
don't
6 degree
know.
angle.
The guy was
6
like,
degree angle.
I was like, can I get Marlboro menthol, black top shorts? And that was already a lot. And then I was like, can I get Zin pouch degree? Whatever
Oh my
I
God.
said. And
To
then,
the 6th
And then the
power.
other guy that I've never seen before was like, wow, that's a mouthful. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Well,
Can I
thank
get
you.
zinc pouches to the 6th degree, please?
Zinc?
Hot as hell in
Oh,
here.
Yeah, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah,
I'm
it's so fucking hot.
I'm sweating bullets, dude. Like I
wish
know
it was
you guys are
fucking
too, but look at my
60
fingers, just from like rubbing my forehead. I mean, you're like that too, I guess.
Yeah. I'm
Dude, it's just
I'm
fun.
almost as hairy as you.
You are.
Yeah, I fucking love Wolverine, dude. He's fucking sick.
Ever since I was a kid. Okay.
He's been my
You can
favorite
go.
since I was a
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. Oh yeah, me too. And like I think my favorite.
I used to read his comic books. I used to go to the library and get fucking, like, it was like a huge book of just like a complete series of Wolverine comics.
I wish I was like
Dude.
I was into comics. Not that I had anything against
Those
them.
were the only ones I ever got. Were
I
like
was
the
in-
huge booklets at the library they had
Mhm.
that was like an entire comic. So it was like 50 comics.
So it would
in
actually
one.
take like forever to read. Like it was like a huge like
Yeah.
thick booklet, not just like a thin little comic book.
Yeah, it was like the whole series of that story arc in one comic.
Oh, that's cool. That's actually like.
Which
I mean,
is what I love. And when I do go to read comic books or get comic books, that's what I buy. Because getting single comic books is just kind of a waste of
I
my
think
time.
it's cool to collect those, and it's
Mhm.
like nice to have all those little ones, and it makes it more like fun. Oh, gotta go to this, find this comic book. You know, have this
Yeah,
whole
I need-
collection.
I
And you have
need-
each cover.
I need issue 7, please.
Yeah, you have like. Oh, that was you pushing your glasses into your face.
Yes, sir.
Which I love that, but then also it is convenient and nice to just have one
Yeah.
thing that
If
has
I want to
everything in it.
read the story arc for that comic book, I do that.
But I just remember growing up and my dad watching the first Wolverine, and it was like came out in like, or not first Wolverine, the first X-Men in
Yeah.
2000, and watching that with him. I don't know, I didn't see it in theaters, but I just remember how badass it was. You know, I don't think he took a bullet in the head in that one. Maybe he did, but you know, he just gets
I
fucked.
think he did.
He just gets fucked up. He gets mangled, and he cracks his neck. He's like, and
Oh,
just
that was fucking good.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I hope that.
He just
picked
fucking,
up.
you know, he just like and fucking just looks at the guy. He's like, "Oh, you fucked up, bub." Lights his cigar.
Bub's so cool.
Dude, he's so fucking
the
badass.
best.
'Cause he's so calm and collected, but so fucking angry and such a dick. Oh
Yeah.
my, like he.
But he also has like a super serious moral code that he tries not to break.
because he's not.
But he's still a human, and he breaks it, and then he feels guilty about it. He's the most humane character.
Well, because he's not an anti-hero like Deadpool. Like,
No.
you know, he's not like.
But he has this animal instinct in him that he hates. And he doesn't want to be. I love superheroes that don't want to be superheroes.
You know, movie.
I hate the fucking Superman that are just like.
They really own up to
I'm
being a
all
you
fucking
be-
good.
Dude, I hate when people's favorite superhero is Superman.
It's the gayest. He's goody two shoes, always
Or
does the
Batman.
right thing. I like the conflicted superhero.
Mhm.
That's why I love Spider-Man so much.
Yeah, dude.
Spider-Man's a superhero who like.
He's definitely my second
he's
favorite for sure.
Same here. Oh my gosh, we just suck each other's
Yeah, I was gonna
dicks right
say.
now.
Well, I'm fascinated with both their powers. Not that they're like
Their
the best,
powers,
like
yeah.
just they have very interesting powers. You know, like all of a sudden you have these fucking like daggers coming out of your hands,
Yeah.
and like you heal from everything, which is super cool. Like I love that. Like I always was just fascinated by mutants in general and their crazy powers. Like
Well, I also
They're
love
always
those
the
stories
coolest
because
I
they're
was
like
more
hated.
into X-Men than I was like Avengers
Yeah,
or like other
same
ones.
here.
I mean, I do love Avengers and that whole world now. I've always been
Yeah.
into superheroes. You know, get this. When I was a kid, when I would get, do you remember I think it was X-Men 3,
The
I
Last
believe,
Stand.
with, where he was like scraping his wings off his back and like,
Yeah, dude,
like,
that was brutal.
yeah, that was fucked. So when I was a kid, I would start to get like itches on my body really bad. I was like, maybe this is my mutant power coming in. Like I like literally thought like I was gonna like somehow like get a power. I was like,
Get a power.
like I was.
You got it at puberty.
I was-
That was the thing with X-Men. Is
Really?
your power showed up at puberty.
Okay, so like because I growing up always wanted to have superpowers.
Me too. I wanted the Force. I remember sitting in my elementary school class looking at like the teacher's desk at like a basket of pencils, and I was like,
Yeah.
just like trying to fucking move it for
Bro,
like at least
what was
10
your,
minutes.
Noah, what was your power that you always, if you had ever had that fantasy that you always wanted to have, like a superpower? You never. I mean, I would obviously love to fly. That's everybody's cliche power because flying is dope. Every time I have every time I have a lucid dream, I try to fly because that's fucking
You lucid
sick.
dream?
I've
tried and I've never done it.
I never do it on purpose, but constantly, more and more recently, I've
wanna do
noticed because
But
it
kinda
always
scares me.
It's like Inception when they notice you're dreaming, then you can snap out of the dream but not wake up. Then you're like, okay, I'm gonna hurry and run up this wall and try to fly.
I wanna
But
try
then
that so
soon
bad.
after that, you snap out of it because it comes too fake. But one thing that my buddy Xavier told me was, or I guess
Xavier?
it was two things. I know that's
Fucking
weird.
call
I know
back.
that's weird. Okay, but that we're just talking about X-Men. But he's like, okay, if you're dreaming and you're starting to suspect it might not be a dream, but you want to lucid dream, look at the back of your hands, or just look at your hands, or try to look at a clock. And that'll like trigger. Like if for some reason your hands seem weird, or if you for some reason the clock seems weird, you know you're in a dream. And that's just the thing to look for. Like, oh, look for a clock. Oh, I'm in a dream. Look at my hands. I'm in a dream. And then you can start to like try to do
That's
crazy shit.
I've never lucid dreamed, but I want to.
It's the most like I don't want to say like euphoric feeling. If you can lucid dream like with like very smoothly and do literally whatever you want smoothly, because I try to fly sometimes when I lucid dream and it's still hard. Like I'm like puttering out. Like I'm like I'm starting to fall, like, or I just can't get the like.
I have a friend that's really fucking good at it.
I wish. Sorry, but what were you gonna say,
Oh.
Noah? I like hella interrupted you.
You're good, dude.
Superpower. We're talking about what superpower do you want?
I've always just wanted to be like stealthy and like walk through walls,
Oh, that'd be
or like
dope.
walk through the.
My
the floor
hands
and
down,
all that
mine
shit.
would be teleportation.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
the
like,
sheer
dude, that'd be
convenience of
fucking
it.
So sick, dude.
To like not have to wake up 5 minutes before I had to go to fucking work, get dressed, and then just and I'm fucking there.
Mm-hmm. Or like just traveling the world.
Yeah,
But,
I
like-
could go anywhere.
Like
dude,
dude, Jumper. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
that's
like
what-
one of my
that's what I-
favorite
that's
fucking
what I
movies.
think.
I've never seen Jumper.
Dude,
I
you need
I
to
want
see
to.
I used to
Jumper.
like
It's
it.
sick.
I used to like it a lot. It's been a while since I've seen it.
I lied. I think I have seen it when I was like 13. I think I watched it.
Probably
Could
when it
you
came out.
imagine combining the superpower of flight and what were we just jumper?
Dude, I just watched-
teleportation. Because like flying is so cool, but then if you just want to teleport real
Dude.
quick.
Have you guys seen The Boys?
No, you talked about, dude. It's weird. You were talking about this, and then like the night before, you talked about it. Tyler was talking about it.
Dude, The Boys is so fucking good.
It's like some weird superhero movie.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
watched it.
What do you mean?
The Boys?
Yeah, I watched The Boys.
Not Good Boys, The Boys.
Yeah, not Good Boys.
See, that's what I thought you were talking
Dude,
about
that's a movie I want to go see.
the movie.
Me too. I want to see
We
it
should all
super bad.
go.
Yeah, let's all go. I'm down.
Dude,
I've
I've been getting non-stop fucking commercials on YouTube for It Chapter 2.
Dude, I'm so excited. We already have tickets.
I know, and it makes
Yeah,
me
we
want to
talked
go
about that.
see it.
You're welcome.
We have
'Cause I,
tickets
but I haven't
Friday
seen
night.
I haven't seen the first It, like the one that recently came out like
Yeah.
2 years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago.
Probably.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
that
sure
makes
because I
sense.
remember when it came out, I was feeling too stupid.
It was a while ago, but yeah.
But now this one, and it looks sick, and I didn't realize all these really famous actors were in it. Like all these like well-known.
I'm so stoked to see Bill Hader in the
I
new
know.
one.
Well, was Bill Hader not in the other one?
No.
Oh yes, I saw
The
Bill
first
Hader.
one's only the kids.
Oh, okay.
So like originally, the original It, the first TV movie and the book, they interweave the two stories. Originally in the book and the original TV movie, it's 1958 and 1985.
Mm-hmm. And it
Those
goes
are the
back from
years,
like
and
the
it goes
adults.
back and forth. So it starts in 1985, goes back to 1958, and then goes back throughout the book and the TV movie. But the director of these movies decided to split it up because it's a long fucking book.
Mm-hmm.
The TV movie was an hour and a half, and they didn't cover anything that was in the book. The book's 1,000 pages.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
need
my
to,
favorite book too.
I need to catch
I
up because
fucking
like I've heard a lot of positive things about these new
Yeah.
new It movies.
But the new ones are so they're split. So they did the entire movie, and they changed the timelines. The new movies are set in the 80s, like 1988. It's set then, and so
Until
they just
current
the
time.
entire movie's just the kid stories, and the second movie's gonna be just the adult stories in 2019.
Okay.
Oh, fuck
Because
yeah.
it comes every 30 years. He awakens.
Oh, okay. No, that's fucking cool. I
Mhm.
wanted to see it, and like if I didn't have anything going on Saturday, you said or Friday.
Friday night.
So I have to do that fucking wedding rehearsal Friday
Oh.
night at like
Who?
for Tyler. I'm his best man, so I definitely have to go to that.
Oh
like,
yeah, Georgia's hopped on. She's hanging out now.
So I have to do that. I think that
Just to, I don't know if they're gonna.
I
let
can't
me
remember what
wigged
time that
out
was
by
at.
Just somebody else being here.
They're just like,
I just know I think that was that Friday evening, and then also I told you Landon wanted me to go to his art
Mhm.
expo that he's doing, which is super
Doing
cool.
an art expo of like,
or like an
what?
art thing. Like he showed me a picture that he printed out, like a huge
We're
picture.
jumping all around. This is
Well, that's
definitely
why
an
it's-
I
ADHD
know. I was like
podcast.
gonna tell you guys a story too.
Let's show this and we'll get to your source.
It's super
I wanna
cool
hear it.
picture that he, but
Mike
Pugs?
Cox.
so I
Mike
feel.
Cox.
So I would love to see that movie with you guys. I'd love to go to the art expo, but I feel like the number one thing that I have to go to
Yeah.
is the wedding. Like
No,
that's a once in a
Do
lifetime
that,
thing.
for
like-
sure. You have to do that.
But look at this cool fucking print that Landon. So we're looking at a picture of my buddy. God,
That's
I
fucking
feel like a
sick.
dick that I can't think of his name right now.
Are you naked?
No, I'm not. But my friend's jumping a BMX bike like over me. Like he must be like 10 feet or higher above me on this bike doing a no-hander, and I'm below him in like this wheelbarrow, and it's just
Fucking
a
sick.
super cool photo that
dope.
Landon captured.
Maybe we'll do something with it maybe on our Instagram. If he wants. I don't know if he wants that
Yeah.
out because it's in an art expo or whatever. But what's your story, Noah?
See, like we were talking about like the Good Boys, and you
Yeah,
know how
yeah,
like in
yeah.
the trailer he's like smells the anal beads, like oh they smell like shit.
Yeah.
So my brother's friend Keanu,
I also have a story like this. I'm excited.
dude. So my brother's friend Keanu, fucking, we were at his house partying one night, and he whips out this box out of his closet and fucking throws anal beads at my brother, and my brother catches it.
Oh
Not only does he catch it, bro, but this hit him straight in the fucking face. And my brother's like, "What the fuck are these?" And like is hanging him up. And Keanu was like, "Oh, those are my anal beads." And my brother's like, "What the fuck?"
his anal
They were
beads?
his anal beads.
Oh my god, that's
I don't
crazy.
even know what
And then
aliens look like.
Do you know what my
Really?
story
They
is?
start really small and get bigger, and it's like a chain.
They're like,
You know what?
they're like
We've
li-
talked about them
they look
so
like
many times.
at first they look
Yeah,
like
but
little
I don't know
bubbles.
What they look like.
Oh,
It's
that's
like
funny.
so they're like
Google
little
them.
beads on a string, and at the end of the string there's like a little circle so you can pull them out like a hook. But like
And they
the,
get progressively
they
bigger.
typically get about like like an inch in diameter, 2 inches in diameter.
Yeah.
But they start off like really small, and you just like
Do
put
you wanna
them in
know-
somebody's ass, and you see how many beads you can get in somebody's ass.
Do you want to know what
and
the
you just
fucked
pull
up
'em out.
story is?
I don't know.
It's not that fucked up. It's mostly kind of pervy, but
Go on.
I'm not gonna name drop. You know
Did you
these
finish?
people.
I finished.
You
long
know,
ago.
you know these people. And I'll tell you off mic, but I don't want to like name drop them. When I was pretty young, my sister was supposed to house sit for these people,
I know.
but it's you know who it is. my sister was supposed to house sit for these people, and she bailed to go get drunk at these neighbor dude's house. And so she made me house sit for this older couple. They were like 40s, kind of hippy dippy people, really into like
Bro, I bet
fucking.
those anal beads start out like this
Yeah.
big.
So I went,
baseball
and
size.
I was a 13-year-old little perv just sitting in these people's house, and I was watching like Goosebumps on their TV.
You start jerking it to Goosebumps.
Jerking. No, I decided to like go snoop around their
Rubbed his
room.
dick raw.
I decided to go snoop in their room and shit. And I went and I looked around and I found in this like little cupboard thing. I like opened it up and there was fucking just lube. And then I found a little tiny metal bullet vibrator, so it was like the size of a bullet, and it was like silver bullet vibrator. And then I found their fucking anal beads and shit. This is a weird old couple.
You smell them?
Obviously. No. I smelled the vibrator for sure. The anal beads were still in the package. They hadn't even opened up.
Oh, cowards.
And then I found like their whole porn
So did you
stash and shit.
So did you open them?
And they were old. How old were these couple? How old were these people?
They were probably like early 40s.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, they
It'd be
weren't
funny if they're like
crazy
in their
old.
like 60s.
No.
Like they have all these toys. That'd been sick.
No, they were this hippy dippy couple. They definitely were the kind of people that would have sex toys. But I just ended up finding their sex toys all in their house. It was fucking crazy.
It's so crazy that you get not so bored necessarily, but you like want to experiment so much in your sex life that you're gonna go like buy all these like crazy toys to use on each other, or do you think they're using them on their spare time, like without each other?
I'm sure a little bit of both.
Yeah, like I feel like anal beads isn't just like a by yourself thing.
I'm sure some people,
In
but like
porns it is.
Cam girls use them.
No, but people in porns like, they'll use anal beads on somebody. It's a two-man
I think
operation.
It's a mixed bag. I think there's almost every sex toy you could use on yourself and with
Oh,
the other.
100%.
just
It's not.
depends.
It doesn't have to. No
Yeah.
sex toy has to be with another person necessarily,
Yeah.
unless it's like a strap-on. Obviously, then you're gonna probably use that.
You
with-
have to use it with
Yeah.
someone.
Unless it's like a
Or
real-
you can buy a strap-on and the pocket pussy and go to town.
But that doesn't make
And that's,
sounds
and
redundant.
that's just like playing with dolls, basically. You're just like using the dildo to fuck a pocket pussy, and then you're just like,
Hello?
oh my god.
That's
Girls grind on pillows.
You're just pegging the
Maybe
dude
there's
and
one.
fucking jerking him off with the pocket pussy.
that sounds kind of nice.
What if you're just eating out the pocket pussy?
You
You just eat out the pocket pussy.
After you coated it, dude.
Oh god. No. That's terrible.
Eee.
Do we want to look at questions?
Dude, this one time my mom fucking brought out this pipe, and like I had all my friends around. She's like, "No, look at what I got," because it was like right after my parents got divorced, and I'm just like, "Why the fuck are you showing me a vibrator?" And then she like extends it out, and it's a pipe, and all my friends are just like, "What the fuck?" Because we all thought it was a fucking vibrator at first, dude.
What if it was a functioning vibrator that also works as a functioning pipe? That'd
So
be
you
so
just, like,
funny.
Just fucking get yourself off with the fucking vibrator, and then you're like,
Hurry, take a hit.
now I need a bowl.
I feel like you want to do that first. You want to smoke first.
So it's warm.
For multiple reasons,
So
you
it's
want
a
to
little
smoke first.
warmer.
Because have you ever jerked off after you get high? It feels way better.
I mean,
Back when I did smoke.
Fucking
Like,
Well, yeah, and then
Yeah.
your high goes away, so then you smoke.
My high goes away when I come.
So you
That
want
It's
to.
literally like the weed leaves with the cum.
100%.
So you want to.
Like
Okay,
the
so
the THC fucking shoots out.
So
dude. I
you
lose
want
my
to smoke
high.
first, but
I
mostly
also
because
lose my high
your
after
lips.
I shower.
You want to like not like use
What
the
about your
fucking
lips?
vibrator and then put your vagina juice.
Some
on your
people are
lips.
into that.
I'm sure it wouldn't bother like.
Girls suck dick all the time after it's been inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Girls kind of like
I'm just
that. It's
saying.
a little bit hot for them.
Gosh, guys.
Gorge.
Maxie.
Oh, Max. I fucking love the Goofy movie, dude.
Yeah, it's
The
been
Goofy
so long
movie's
since I've
so-
seen that.
That one's
Goofy
good,
movie's
and I
good.
used to love the
I remember
extremely
loving it.
goofy.
The
movie.
extremely, the fucking cheese. I fucking
leaning
love that guy.
power, leaning
Tower of
Cheese.
But like, I just
bro.
loved the ridiculous skating and rollerblading and all that shit.
I love the songs.
Why do we
The first
wear
song Max
gloves,
sings.
man? They're like
Today's the day. I actually
like the
love
fact that
song.
like the chubby ones like
Yeah.
notices that they all wear white gloves and it's just like breaking the fourth wall almost.
That's
Like
good. We have questions to get to, and we're at 118, dude. We need to answer these questions, bruh.
Let's do it.
Sorry, bro. I just had to go on a couple stories.
Oh, fuck it. This is what the ADHD
fine.
podcast is about. We never
Okay.
finish anything we're trying to say ever.
Some dude. Well, so should I say like the people's names, like their Instagram, if it doesn't show their
I don't know, man. Let me see.
I probably wouldn't.
like?
Just to be safe.
Well, it's like
Nobody's
I
gonna.
don't even know how to
type
read
it
this
in.
person's name. It's like Chelsea Chain, but it's not like it's a dude.
Okay, then we have a question from Chelsea. Fuck, I can't even say that. Say it.
Well, it's just like, why don't you post more videos of you skating? Exclamation point times 4.
Because I don't skate, you dumb bitch.
Oh, for
Just kidding.
you?
That was
Too
real
bad
rude.
to skate.
You guys-
yeah.
you guys don't
That
skate.
wasn't rude. I
Well,
was talking about me. You kidding?
the reason why I haven't posted
me
more-
too, though. I was pretending to be offended, but I'm definitely too fat to skate.
The reason I haven't posted more videos of me skating is just because, like, well, honestly, I haven't been skating the past couple months, and when I do skate, I don't feel the need to film it because I'm not that good. So whenever I do film myself skating, it's like barely mediocrely like cool enough in my terms to to film it even. So I just gotta like work on like getting better and like skating more to like post videos of me skating.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should like vlog me skating and like I don't
That
know.
might be cool.
Progressively
Like getting better, like learning tricks.
What else have we got?
By the same person, ever eat ass? Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
We
You
talked
haven't?
about
You
this?
knew that.
I haven't, no.
Dude, the best way to get your girl to freak out is to eat her ass. Just like do it like subconsciously, I guess. Like don't do it like right at the start, but like halfway through, do it, and she'll fucking freak out, but in a good way.
No, but like I don't,
like
No.
we've.
the only time
I've tried to like
hint towards it.
head towards it, and every time, like I remember one time. I'm sorry, Georgia, but I
You're
remember one time.
fine.
I remember one time I like just kind of like we were having sex, and I kind of like just was like teasing the second hole a little bit. Like I was just like kind of, and like after we had sex, she was like, "Why'd you keep putting your finger on my asshole?" Like that was weird. Don't do that.
You're just teasing it like
Yeah,
it was
I
like a
kept,
kid
like,
or
you-
something.
I
You have
kept,
to
like-
tease
I
it at
kept being
first and then
sly.
actually stick it
I
in,
kept
bro.
like subtle, just like grabbing ass, thumb on the ball.
I know how that goes.
Real subtle, but
But-
like after she gave me shit about it. Actually, we like I don't think I've told
You've
you.
The
told-
fourth time
I
we
have.
ever had sex, he shoves it in my asshole.
By
I'm a
accident.
little scared.
You might have told the story on the podcast. I can't remember, but I've heard the story multiple times.
Yeah.
I've never
I think
So
I've
if
done
I'll
just
anal,
tell-
but butthole play, yes.
Yeah, I'm not scared to do butthole play, but it's like
I was a virgin, lost her
Virgin.
virginity, then had normal sex, and then had anal.
yeah.
Very
was
quickly, Georgia had anal. Accidentally, as Caden claims.
And then
It was
I don't
accidental.
believe
I
in
him.
the rain.
I'll tell the story again just because like
No,
now the
it's
punchline's
fine.
wrong.
They can go to another one.
Well, I don't
we
know if it's
we've
on another
said it on a
podcast.
I think it is.
But now the whole punchline's ruined. But like, I'll tell it because it's still kind of a crazy story otherwise.
Oh, God.
So we were having sex in my Jeep
In a church parking lot.
in a church parking lot. Praise
A
Jesus.
church parking
I'm
lot?
drunk. I'm
Hey,
fucking
it was
church.
Jesus'
Yeah,
loophole.
church.
Fucking church.
church.
parking lot.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was
bruh.
it's like what all the
Oh.
Mormon girls do, just stick it in my
Yeah.
ass so you guys don't.
Exactly.
So I'm not still a
It
virgin.
was just the whole Mormon thing. It's because we were in a Mormon parking lot. I did it. No, what happened was we were doing doggy in like the back of my Jeep. So she was over my back seats to like the trunk area, and we were going at it doggy style, and then we were like just going at it, and then like bam, and then she like recoils in like pain, and was like, what the fuck? And then bam, headlights through our windshield
Yeah.
of a car showing up. So I was like, oh fuck. So we both get in the front seat. We start trying to put our clothes back on, and then we see this fucking
We definitely
Mexican
stayed
dude.
in the back seat.
No, we were in the front
Filming?
seat by the
No,
time
we
I
definitely
No,
stayed in the
you're
back.
wrong.
You're wrong about all these details.
No,
I tried to
no.
keep my mouth quiet until the third one.
No, we were hands down in the front seats. I remember
I
specifically.
didn't even have my pants on, so how would I jump to the front seat?
We were in the front seats because we definitely weren't in the fucking back seats. There was no way.
Okay.
We were in the front seat. And the guy, like, this dude came up by my car, and I just opened the door. And I remember, like, my dick was still out. Like, I didn't fucking put, like, I hadn't gotten that far. I realized it
move.
wasn't a cop. Opened
Yeah.
the door,
Just a fucking power
and,
move.
like, the guy was like, you smoking or you fucking? And I just said, like, does it look like we're fucking smoking? And the dude just kind of laughed and, like, walked away. And, like, my dick was still fucking out. We both, like, fucking, like, put our clothes back on. And, like, we're still, like, reeling from the fact that we just got busted by these two fucking Mexican dudes. And then Georgia was like, you were just in my asshole. And I was like, what? She's like, you just stuck it on my asshole. We've talked about this.
I said I thought we both agreed.
We both agreed. And so, like, I didn't even realize, like, oh, fuck, that's crazy. And like, we talked about it or whatever. And then we're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to take you home. And we went to go start the car, fucking dead.
Yeah,
the Jeep
dude.
was fucking dead at, like, midnight. It was raining out. And I was, like, trying to start it. And I was like, I'm going to call Alan, my friend Alan. And Georgia was like, I'm just going to walk home.
I was across the street from my house.
Yeah, it was, like, right across from our house.
The
but,
church
like,
next to Joe P. Johnson.
Okay. So she
just
walked.
to paint the picture.
So she walked
She
home.
started walking home, and then I realized how much of a dick move it was for me to, like, just
See
stick
you
it
the
up
fuck
her
later,
ass.
bud.
and
Yeah,
then,
just stick it
and
up
let
her
her
ass.
walk
and
home
then
in the
just-
rain.
In the rain. I felt like a dick.
And then those
Kick
two
rocks on
Mexican
your
guys
way.
pulled up right next to
Oh,
me and
God.
slowed down.
I
stopped.
started running. I literally was like, fuck, I'm a dick. And then I saw that car stop and start talking to her. And I was worried they'd be like,
That's my ass.
We won't stick it in your ass. Come on.
She's like, all right.
I started, like,
Fucking
running,
double team.
and then, like, they drove away. And then, like, Alan called me back, and I went back to the car, and I was like, Georgia, I'll make it home fine. It's fine.
Dude, there's
And then my car started randomly, and, like, Alan was on his way to get me, and I called him back, and I was like, oh, my car started. And he was like, I fucking hate you, dude.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
Transformers when the car dies, like the first, like the one with Shia LaBeouf and Megan
Mhm.
Fox, where the car dies and then it starts back up when she looks in the engine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so that's
Yeah, that was
story.
weird, dude. Why did your car start back up? It was because it stopped.
Because God,
It stopped because it knew what you did was wrong.
Yeah,
You-
it's because God was
Yeah, I was
like,
trying to teach you a lesson.
yeah, exactly.
Dude,
I'm gonna fuck you in the
we-
ass.
one time me and Mitch fucking
Mitch Carter or
yeah.
other?
One time, me and
Yeah, we
Mitch
can drop
accidentally
this one.
stuck
Yeah.
in each other's asses once, man. That's
yeah,
crazy.
dude, in a church parking lot. No. Dude. So we caught somebody like fucking in the church parking lot by my house and his house because we were neighbors. And so he fucking rolls down the window and his brother rolls down the back window and they both just shove their ass like out the window and this dude just like gets up from the back seat, looks over, starts flipping us off and yelling at us, and then we just drove away.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Okay, let's get to more of these questions.
But yeah, the eating ass. Yes, I have.
I haven't.
And it was because I was really drunk and we were getting freaky. Honestly,
I think we've actually told this on the podcast.
we were getting
Yeah,
like into
you've
all
heard
sorts
the story
of.
like 3 times.
Well, yeah, I think we've told
Okay.
this on the podcast, but I've never done it. I'm not scared to do it. Georgia.
From Austin Murfitt Tattoos. Who would win in an arm wrestle, Jesus or Satan? That's a good question. I feel like
Hands down, Satan.
Satan.
I don't know, but like
Jesus is spindly.
Caden thinks Jesus
I don't know,
is
but Jesus
attractive.
was fucking
No,
like
Mormon Jesus. is
Jesus.
attractive.
I feel like was pretty buff because he was a carpenter.
weirdly
He was
attractive.
Jesus was in Jesus was
No,
in shape,
no, no,
right?
no, no.
Listen.
it's from a Catholic.
No, listen. Jesus was
But
in
wait.
shape, right? He was a carpenter.
But
he was in shape, dude.
skinny fit.
All right.
I think
That doesn't mean you're
I
not good.
think
Arm wrestling's
my-
all technique. Depends if Satan's been practicing the technique.
Wrist work.
Yeah, it's all wrist work, dude.
Yeah, but
Like,
do you think Jesus
Mm.
jerks off?
no.
Satan does. He's working that wrist
Well, also,
all day.
if it's Satan, like, do you think he's gonna play by the rules?
No.
He's not going to.
He's
That's
gonna pull
that's
some
my
tricks.
only thing. Like, if they're both playing by the rules, so not rules. Maybe he cheats a little and like moves his arm a little. He lifts his arm
Satan
off the table.
plays the fiddle. That's a lot of wrist work, man.
So true.
I'm
true.
glad you laughed at that
That-
joke.
no, that's true.
Also
I feel like
went down
Satan,
to Georgia.
Satan,
Yeah.
Satan would win.
Satan would win.
Um,
It'd be shitty, but Satan would win.
But yeah, he probably
He's really
would.
rooting for Jesus. He's trying so
No, I'm
hard.
just thinking because everybody would be like Satan. I feel like everyone's on the Satan boat, so I'm trying to think of like a reason why
it's
Jesus
hands
wouldn't.
down.
Jesus will
Well,
have
that's
the
what
power
everyone
of God.
says though. That's just like
Power of
cliche
God.
thing
The
that.
He
power
has
of
the
God,
hand
dude.
of God.
But then yeah,
I'm
he.
with God.
But I'm trying to
He's got
eliminate.
holes in his fucking hands.
Ooh, yeah. If we're talking fresh off the cross and he's still recovering from
Bro,
that
he
shit,
still
his
has the
wrist-
power.
Dude,
of
maybe
God,
he could like make
which
a
the
prayer
power
to
of
his
God
dad
made
and
Satan.
maybe he would fucking
Yeah.
like.
I'm trying to
summon some
eliminate.
He'd have some
depends, is God
miracle, and
watching?
dude,
Yeah.
Jesus would have a miracle and he'd win.
I'm
Boom.
trying
It depends,
to
is God
eliminate
Yeah, I don't
all.
know, dude.
Maybe that's how
God is
Satan
always
became the
I'm
fallen
trying
angel,
to-
dude.
Like,
If it's a
He lost
fair
the
fight,
eliminate
wrestle.
all like godly powers,
Yeah.
or Satan powers, straight body type.
that's what I'm saying. Fair fight.
Straight body type, fair
No-
fight, no miracles, no fucking satanic
How
trickery
do you
bullshit.
imagine a devil?
Just straight fucking
Satan.
body on body, Satan versus Jesus.
Because I
Just
pictured
skinny ass carpenter dude versus who I assume is
Satan's
probably pretty ripped.
he's probably either really ripped or really out of shape, but he might have all that body weight against him. But who knows how often he's like working out because he's just kind of, I feel
Yeah.
like Satan's probably either like really lazy or he's just down to fucking like pump that
Yeah,
iron.
he might be all fucking jangly. And
Two out.
weak
Okay,
and
so
shit.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Who would win then? Like, because I
Well,
feel
now I'm
like
rethinking
one
my
might win
argument.
both. You know.
I'm rethinking my argument because like maybe Satan is like a fucking pussy ass bitch. If he is like, I doubt Satan works out.
I doubt it too, but
Dude,
Jesus
he's probably
is
just getting his.
Because why would he work out? He's Satan. He's just fucking
There's
drinking
no
and
reason,
smoking and just
exactly.
fucking hookers.
No. I'm gonna say Jesus.
Does Jesus
Jesus
is
is a
caring about his
carpenter.
body, and you know he wants.
He's only
to
eating good shit. Like fucking Jesus cares about what he's putting
Yeah,
in
but
his body.
who says he's eating
His
good
body's
shit
a-
up in fucking heaven?
Well, I would
bet he
imagine.
is.
I would
We're
imagine.
talking Jesus
You
on
don't
Earth.
know that
I'm
shit.
definitely thinking Jesus when he's still on Earth.
Is Satan on
33.
Earth?
No, we're talking.
but
we're talking
this is
about.
what
We're
my-
talking
this
about
is
no
what I'm thinking.
powers, no nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like how
there's
we
no
imagine
godly
they would be
powers.
like normal.
I think I actually am changing my answer. I think Jesus would pull through.
No,
I-
fuck you.
There we go. 3 out of
So Jesus wins.
3 out of 4.
Jesus wins.
So Jesus
I
wins.
changed.
I think Satan.
Blazer asked
Yeah.
favorite AJJ song. I was thinking about this earlier because I saw
Mm.
that, and I want to say it's the mix between because it's a double song. You know when the song goes into the other song,
Yeah.
it's it's like unicorn song or it's like something like the unicorn and all the dead kids.
I'm gonna have
It's
to
like
look
I
up
wanna-
song titles because I'm drunk.
I mean, there's so many. Like I love bad things.
Bells
People-
and whistles.
People
I think I'm
keep.
just gonna have to go with like the most like brave as a noun.
Yeah, well,
Brave as a
obviously,
noun is like their
it's
most
like,
popular song,
Yeah,
but I
is
think
it-
it's my favorite.
Here's to you. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Brave as a noun is definitely.
I was
my
gonna say
favorite one of their
people
songs.
keep people in 2. That's on Knife Band.
Yeah.
That's hard because I hate picking favorites with anything, but I think Damon knows, Blazer knows that.
I also like Rejoice.
Yeah, my
That's
favorite. Dude, I actually cried to the song "White Face Black Eyes."
Yeah.
It's a I don't know why,
Or-
but AJJ is definitely my favorite band, my favorite artist.
Yeah.
So like that's why it's
tougher
hard
you
for me to pick my favorite song.
see,
They're
I
like
only
almost
have
all my
liked-
favorites.
Only really like listen to like their biggest songs on Spotify, like their
Oh,
top 5.
They
or
do this
whatever.
really great cover of a Pink Floyd song.
That's cool.
Or they Good Time. I don't know, dude. But I think
Good time. I don't know, dude.
the song that I named first, Unicorn and All the Bad Kids. It's on the album Only God Can Judge Me. It's a little kitten, and the
Yeah, I
album
know the
cover is a
album
little
cover.
kitten. That one's probably like one of my
Okay,
favorites.
let's get into another question.
Oh my god, this dumb motherfucker, this Jack Sanders dude. All he said was, I don't know. I got some weird ass questions.
And then bitch ask
But why?
him,
But he didn't
dummy.
ask any more.
Idiot.
I'm gonna reply real quick and see if he
Ask him.
like.
Well, ask another question.
I will.
Just reply. You're already doing it. Just do it.
I'm gonna say, ask right now. We're live. But then I'm gonna go to another one. I
Bitch
just
ass.
messaged him. And then person Carson Sampert said, "Can you do a stunt where there's a bunch of glass and paintball guns, and you do like a battle royale?"
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one, guys. No,
Yeah.
I can't.
It's like,
I
I'll
I
shoot
like-
the,
'cause
I'll
like-
shoot
Why?
paintballs.
Because I don't do stunts like at all, like
Okay.
ever. I've never done a stunt.
Can you do a stunt where there's a bunch of when he says glass,
Actual
I'm
Kyler
assuming light
answers.
tubes.
Yeah,
I mean, that could actually be kind of cool because maybe what if you have like a bunch of light tubes on your body and you're getting shot, or maybe like
bruh. We already went through this about having light tubes on your body.
Or
Did
ma-
it go well?
I know, or maybe what if the light tubes are like swords and then you have paintball guns and it's like they're shooting guns at you. and
I
you're trying
just
to-
feel like that's
I
trying to
definitely
dodge it.
Bruh.
I definitely
like a fucking Jedi trying to.
I know,
hit
but
him like a
but
baseball.
that'd be kind of funny actually,
That'd be
because you have
kinda
one light tube, you're trying to like hit these paintballs, and they're obviously just railing you. You're
That
not
might be
blocking
fun.
any of them, and then the like unlikely chance that you
It
block
hits
it, it's just gonna shatter the light tube, and then
right into your eyes.
But I would
Classic,
100%
bruh.
wear goggles because of the
Yeah.
paintballs and the glass. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm not saying I will do that, but yeah, I
That's kinda
can.
cool idea. What
That's
else
what he
we
said
got?
was, can you do it?
Yeah, what else we
Another
got?
one by Blazer, this is the last question that I got, was what's the least amount of money you would take for getting pegged?
$10.
To get pegged,
Mine
the least-
will be. You answer first. I feel like mine's gonna be kind of low.
You're just gonna be kind of low.
You would
I feel like if it's by somebody I truly love, probably would take nothing. If
Really?
it's with a small dick, like a small strap
Like
on,
a chick
like-
pegging you.
like like it would have to be a chick. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
it's like somebody that, because this is.
Oh
what
yeah, pegging. It has to be a chick.
Pegging is when it's from a girl. So that,
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's like
I
a
would
girl
let
that.
Georgia peg me for no money.
Because it's like you're in, like if you're into that, like, and if it was like, okay, but hypothetically, if you had to get paid because you're not into it, but she really wants you to, and you're like, the girl that wants to peg you, she's paying you.
Yeah, this is a shitty question.
Like
because,
someone just
like,
walks up
the
to you
least
and is
amount to
like, hey,
get
how
pegged.
much do I have to pay you to get pegged?
Because I wouldn't get pegged by just
And she's hot
anybody.
as fuck.
Okay, say it's a random to get pegged,
Well,
like a
we'll
random
say-
chick, then.
And she's hot as fuck.
And she's gonna, and the dick is
Let's
like
say
the
she's
size of
hot.
my dick, or it's like not like a little skinny
Yeah.
dildo.
Because like if Georgia asked to peg me, I would do it for free. But like, let's say I was single and somebody on the street came up to me and was like, "We will peg you
For a certain
right
amount of
now
money.
For a certain amount of money."
Yeah, well, yeah, that's. I think that's the question.
Oh, I would do it for $3,000.
Because you want to know your worth. And then what if they
Yeah.
said no? What if they
I
started
want
to haggle?
like a decent amount of money because it's not something that's like outrageous to me.
Okay, yeah, because you also want to get paid.
Yeah.
So what if they said not 3,000? They're like no, but like you had to haggle. Then what would be your next?
Well, I would just normal haggle. You know, like I'd be like, okay, they would be like not 3,000. Okay, 2,500.
Yeah,
And they'd be like, how about 2,000? And I'm like,
like
2,000.
2,300.
2,300. Yeah, I'd just haggle.
And you'd
normal.
settle.
Like, yeah.
But like so you're.
I'm not gonna be
the le-
brokenhearted if I do it
So,
for two.
but then what would be your bottom line then? So your max that you would take that's not out of like
My
the
bottom
question
line?
is 3,000. But like, what if they got all the way down
We'll
to
do
a certain
1,000.
number,
We'll do 1,000.
So between you would ask for 3,000, but if they haggled you down to 1,000, 1,000, you couldn't go any lower than 1,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't do lower than
For a-
1,000 for a stranger.
For a stranger who wanted, they seemed clean.
Yeah.
It seemed like a porn like set. Like it was not like a homeless person that wanted to peg you.
Yeah, if I
Like
yeah.
it was like a legit.
But then
like,
again, if
chick.
I was doing it with somebody that I trust and care about, like Georgia.
Somebody that you're in an intimate relationship and you've
free.
been dating.
Yeah, it
'Cause
would
it's
be
just like
free.
you're spicing
with somebody
up the
that I
sex.
trust and care about.
I
If
feel-
that's something they were interested in, I would do it in a heartbeat for them.
Because
Yeah.
you know what's fucked up? I've done
Even
like
if I'm not super stoked about, I'm not super stoked to get a tiny dick in my asshole.
yeah.
That's not something I'm super pumped about.
Well,
but like for somebody I care about, and
This is
trust, I'll
what
do it.
this is the perspective I was just thinking. I've done the most fucked up stunts and life-threatening stunts for free. And then
Yeah.
to get pegged, which is not life-threatening at all, just like it might be painful and not enjoyable.
Well, also, I'm never gonna let him do it unless we take the right precautions. I
yeah,
need a little bit of teasing, some lube.
yeah, exactly. It's not gonna be
you
like
have to put a
you're not
finger
going-
up there first, get it warmed up. Get
you're not
some
gonna be
lube in there.
BDFT.
No,
You know
bruh.
BDFT? You know
You kidding me?
You know BDFT is
BDFT.
balls deep first try, or BDFP balls deep first pump. Like you wouldn't go balls deep first pump.
No,
Like you'd have
No,
to
no,
like
no,
you
no,
it would
no,
have to be
no.
intimate.
You gotta wait till the.
I feel like the
butthole's wet.
lowest I would take is, and is it filmed, or is it not?
That's
filmed?
a different whole question.
Not
a whole
filmed.
different question.
Not filmed. Maybe like 300 to 500.
Like
I would take.
not
filmed 1,000 to get pegged
Yeah.
until what? Like they're obviously the dildo's not
Yeah.
gonna come. So
Like-
am I getting pegged until I jerk myself
if
off?
it was being
like how long do you have to
filmed-
get pegged?
If it was being filmed, I'd be fine with like the rights to like the merchandise, like right to the toys.
Actually, that's like if it's being filmed, I probably want more than 1,000 because this is
Yeah.
gonna go on this is going out.
That's
Your-
what I
This
think
is
about.
going on
okay,
Pornhub.
is your face on there?
Yeah, that's
And your
another
face is
question.
on there? Is your face
If I'm getting
my
pegged
face-
in the asshole, I want the George Lucas deal, and I want all the toys rights.
Okay, listen. If your
That's
face,
a joke. Nobody's gonna make toys about
I
me
know,
getting. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
That's why.
Nobody laughed.
Yeah, I was pissed.
You smirked. I appreciate that.
Okay, if it was filmed and going on a porn site, but my face was being blurred or
Yeah.
not shown, I'll take $1,000. Dude, just getting like a quick peg. $1,000 will go a long way. And
$1,000 for 10 minutes.
That's
dude?
the yeah.
Well,
But that's
like,
the
there's
lowest.
no finish.
Because the question was the lowest. Like
Yeah.
that's not my height. That's the lowest you'll take. And if my face was on there, the lowest I would think would be like I want
I
to say
think we're thinking-
5,000.
I think we're thinking
But that's
too much about
eternally your face is on there of you getting
Oh,
fucked.
on
It's like
Pornhub
$5,000
for
or
the rest of your life,
$10,000. Like, but like I'm not gonna be like the type of guy that's like, oh, $100 million.
No.
Fucking like shut
Never
the
get
fuck
fucked.
up.
Dude, it's just like the whole thing. Like, how much would it take for you to get to like suck a dick?
Oh, I would suck a dick for so little money.
It's like, I ideally you'd
Like,
want it.
I'm-
Suck a dick to completion and swallow. You'd want
Ooh,
while
unswallow.
being filmed and being put on Pornhub. I would
That's
want like
a
a
lot of
good
different
chunk.
money.
I think
That's
the
a- that's a
lowest.
whole different
I think the
story.
lowest
Like
I would
this.
take would be For me now,
For that
for me
specific
now,
situation.
not being known, but for me now,
Yeah.
also, it was like, boom, here's your situation. What's the lowest you would take?
But
for
this
you to
is for sucking a dick, swallowing it, being filmed, and having it put up on like a website.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
from between
I would
50,000 to 100,000.
Really?
This is the
For
lowest.
that? I would do.
Well, I was gonna say 30,000 at first. At first I was gonna say 10,000. But I was like, I want enough to buy me like a super decent car,
I just don't know the going
or
rates
to be able to
for,
save up.
Like, I don't know the going rates for gay porn stars beforehand.
Well, okay, that's
So,
not.
like,
it's gonna be way less than
I
that.
would have said-
it's gonna be way less than
I
that.
would have said 15,000
Yeah,
to do that on
On the
film.
spot.
No,
and I was
on
gonna
the
say
spot.
I was gonna say 10,000. So.
I was gonna say 15 if it's being filmed and put on a porn site. But if it's just back of alley, nobody's gonna know about this. Suck me off. I would take like 7,000.
Yeah, you get paid. Can you imagine you get paid $7,000?
And I didn't have to swallow.
All you gotta do is
I just
suck
had
a
to
dick.
put it in my mouth, and then like I could suck
Dude,
it for a
that's such a
while,
hard
and then
question,
finish
though.
him with like jerking it with my
Yeah.
hand and finish like a little bit of like play on the head with the tongue, and then
Yeah.
jerk him off.
Could you
and then
imagine you walking
move my
away?
head and he blows his load? 7,000 easy.
You move your head. That's
Yeah, not swallowing. I would do it for 7,000.
Would it be another 3,000 for swallowing?
It'd be at least 1,000 for sure.
An extra 1,000, which is a lot of money that we're thinking about. So like,
Because it's like
we
this
might be like blown
whiskey's
it.
pretty shitty, dude. This $7
Vodka.
whiskey's hard to get
Vodka.
down. I imagine this couldn't be harder than
vodka.
getting some stranger's load down my
Oh,
throat.
dude, the cum would be way easier than
Than
drinking
that, yeah. It'd just
I mean,
be like
it's the
saltier.
thought that would make it grosser.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like our prices.
It also
are,
depends how long since he's come
okay,
last.
our prices are
Don't
very.
ask that.
Our prices are
How
very
big the
steep.
load is.
If it's
Obviously,
like, yeah, if it's like 2
20
weeks,
minutes ago.
if it's 2 weeks, 2,000. Because I'm not
each
taking
week
a
that he doesn't come.
2-week load, fucking just gallons to the back of my throat. Not doing that.
Yeah.
But if it's like I jerked off a couple of days ago, it's like, oh, this is gonna be a little wimp load. Yeah, it's gonna be a little. Yeah, I'll fucking take that.
But
For like
I've never
1,000.
had a wimp load if it's somebody else jerking me though.
Really?
Never.
I get wimp
Yeah,
loads.
I've
that's
never
true,
had a
dude.
wimp load. I've only had wimp loads if it's me jerking me.
Oh,
Almost
I-
every time it's a
I
wimp
don't
load.
have
Yeah, bro.
crazy
Like the
shots.
last time I had sex, dude, like my
I-
fucking
I-
drained my
I
nuts.
usually
like, they were
have-
sore the next day.
I usually have crazy shots if
I'll
it's
get
with
that, like,
somebody
it's
else,
like-
but if it's me, it's always like nothing. I don't know why. I could not go with.
So
I could
you shoot. You're a shooter.
with
you
somebody
shoot
else.
a distance?
With somebody else.
I don't.
Dude,
Unless
one
I
time-
haven't come for like 4 or 5 days, I don't shoot far at
Dude,
all.
one time I got an
But
HJ.
it's a little just like
I got an
maybe.
HJ from my ex when I was like 17 or 18, and it shot literally into my ear. Like this
Yeah.
is the distance. It shot. One time I pulled out, it shot from like the top of her
Mine
vagina
only
to
gets
her
that way.
fucking
That's
titties.
crazy.
Like it fucking across her whole torso.
mine's only that way if I haven't
and that's
come
not even
for
that crazy.
a long time. Like if I haven't come for a week, I'll have that.
Okay,
But,
yeah.
like, if I've come multiple days in a row, I'm not getting any distance
I
on
feel like
that.
if I
no
at
matter
least-
who's touching it.
If I at least didn't
It
come
could
for like
be-
3 days,
I was
then
gonna
I
say
could
something
squirt.
funny, but I couldn't. But
I feel like if me personally was gonna jerk myself off, like if I was gonna masturbate and I didn't come for like at least 3 days,
see, mine's
I could squirt. Like I could like, but usually I never like get airborne. It's usually like a little
No,
like wimpy
mine's
volcano.
only dependent on time. Like if I haven't jerked off, I remember there was one time
That's what I'm saying.
I stopped jerking off.
That's what I'm
and
saying
I
for
didn't
me.
jerk off for like a month, and then I went and I jerked myself off, and I was in my You've seen my downstairs bathroom, have you?
Yeah, I've seen.
There's a downstairs bathroom. There's a mirror behind it. You know, there's the toilet
Yeah.
up above. There's a mirror. It's probably like a foot away from the base of the toilet, like the top of the toilet. There's like a foot and then a mirror. I fucking hit the top of the goddamn mirror. I was so proud.
And you're sitting on the toilet.
yeah,
That's pretty
jerking off
impressive.
and just
That's
and, like,
very
it, like,
impressive.
I saw it shoot above my face like free fucking willy.
That's huge. That's
It was
actually huge.
fucking-
That's huge.
it was a
But also that was a
gorgeous look.
month. I could.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gone a month of not jerking off since I was like 11.
There was a huge
like
time
I
when,
like
I
like
didn't
jerking
start
off.
jerking off till I was like 15.
Jerking
that's
is a
crazy,
chore.
dude. I started
like,
jerking off.
I
Really?
literally lost my virginity and then started jerking off.
Wow, dude. I mean,
But
that's
you
probably
were
more.
normal,
That's
yeah?
probably that's probably more like mentally
Oh,
healthy.
I thought you were.
If you think about it, like
Oh.
I started jerking in 5th grade. I was 11. and
Yeah,
I was like
that's weird,
addicted to
dude.
jerking it.
Dude, I was like,
Like even me now, dude. Like I'll probably like jerk off like I don't know, like maybe twice a week.
Really.
I mean, that's not a
The
crazy
other day,
number.
I went
Yeah,
like
like
3
twice
times
a
that's
week,
like
maybe.
Dude,
me.
the other day, I
But
went
like
like
me
3
now,
times.
but definitely me in like
What? 3
How
times a day?
Well, I said the other day I went 3 times.
Oh, that's fine. Like a date when you go.
I was wanting to go 4.
when you try
and I
to
was like,
push
I
your
felt
limits.
ashamed.
When you want to feel.
I
like
might have went 4.
Yeah, you started
I
with
might
your
have went.
board.
I
When
might
you
have
want to
went
feel
before.
like an Olympian, yeah, you do it a couple of times.
'Cause I just wasn't satisfied after each one. I was like, I need to go again, need to go again. But like that'll happen. It usually happens on like a lazy Sunday or Saturday if I'm not doing anything. So Labor Day, dude, I was putting in labor on those loads. I'm not even joking, dude. That was yesterday actually. I was just not doing anything all fucking
Yeah.
day.
All right, that's all the questions we have.
Oh, yeah. on
Didn't what's her
Instagram.
fuck say that she was gonna send us questions?
Yeah,
What
I
happened
thought
to that?
Nevada did. Maybe she messaged me. I'm gonna look.
Yeah, double check that because I know she said she was gonna send a question.
These were the ones that actually like responded to
So maybe
the
she
to the
didn't
actual
do that.
thing.
She didn't like text me the questions, so I don't know where the fuck she was sending them to.
Did she must have?
Maybe she sent them to my Instagram.
You know, oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna
check your messages.
I'm gonna check the ADHD.
Oh yeah, what were you checking? Your personal one?
Well, that's why I
Yeah,
posted.
I don't
it.
think she.
Oh,
follows
Nevada
you, bro.
messaged it on. Okay, yeah.
on the ADHD.
Okay, all right. She actually had some good questions.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Do you sleep with your socks on?
Fuck no, dude.
Yeah,
Who
occasionally.
the fuck's
I
what?
do. Yeah, fuck you.
You psychopath, bro.
You.
That's
What the
fucking
fuck's
weird.
wrong with that?
How the fuck do people sleep with their socks on?
Actually, my ex.
Bro, I sleep with no like. The only thing I wear is just underwear.
My ex used to sleep. She would be like, you know, it would be like a t-shirt, panties, and then socks. I'm like, and then she'd give me shit for wearing like jean shorts or pants to go into bed. I'm
That's
like,
weird.
But I'm like, you're wearing socks. That's just as
My
fucking
thing
up.
is,
that's
like-
weird.
Like, that's
dude.
just, like,
No,
I-
that's so uncomfortable, bro.
No.
The socks
Wait,
get all
no,
loose.
Caden, hear me out
No.
though. Hear me out. I'm on your boat. I'm on like in between. I'm still with
Yeah.
you. I will wear socks to go to sleep if I'm extremely tired and lazy or drinking a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and then I've definitely gone to bed wearing everything, like shoes, because I'm so drunk I can't even take my shoes off that I will walk into my bedroom and collapse on my bed sideways. One time I woke up in my bed sideways because I literally opened my bed and just went to bed face first, fully clothed. I've gone to bed fully clothed more times than I can fucking count. Like fucking jean shorts or pants, t-shirt, socks, and everything. So that's not that weird. But like if you're consciously getting ready to go to bed, I feel like I would think you're less weird wearing jeans and then taking your socks off.
No. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't think there's anything weird wearing. I don't wear long socks to bed. That feels weird to me. But if I'm just having little ankle socks on,
Yeah, which is
the feet are the main thing that gets you warm or cold. So
Yeah.
like especially during winter,
during
socks, boy.
Okay, during winter, yeah, I'll put
Yeah.
socks on. That like
I'll leave
if
my
I was,
socks on.
dude. If I'm freezing, yeah, especially because
But
my
also,
base,
I am
no,
the kind of guy that will wear like sweatpants to bed if it's cold out.
Well, I do that
I wear
too.
sweatpants and
No.
like a wife beater.
Bro,
or
I
a
just throw on
t-shirt.
an extra blanket and I'm fucking
No,
good.
Caden, I'll do
I
that.
need
I'll do
to
that
have
too.
my little toesies have to be warm. They need their own personal blanket.
But in the summer,
so that I
okay,
stay warm.
in any
Me,
other time of the
like,
year,
I
spring,
feel
summer, fall.
10 times colder if I don't have socks on.
But I prefer to feel cold because my basement gets super hot if it's warm. But in the winter, my room gets so ungodly fucking cold that I have to have a heater on. So then, like, I want to put like I want to put like socks and like sweatpants on. But then it gets too hot. And I
Yeah,
usually...
in summer I don't do socks.
Do you ever get naked when you try to like sleep? I can't sleep
Oh, it's
naked.
so nice.
I don't
It's
like
nice
it.
every once in a while.
I'll sleep naked.
I don't like
Yeah,
to sleep naked.
I don't
dude.
mind it, but it definitely like
Like
as
bare
I'm
minimum,
falling
I just have
asleep.
to have like for clothes. I
As
just
I'm
have to
falling
have my underwear
asleep, I am worried that like, well, what if this is the one time there's a fire? So
then
sometimes
you're
I'll be
naked.
like, well, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put something
on. I'll
on.
just put a towel on. Just grab a towel on your way.
I do
out.
have like a silk Hugh Hefner robe that I want to start keeping next to my bedside in case I have to
What's
get
the
up in the
other
middle of the night.
question?
Okay. There's another question by the same person. What's the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house?
I mean,
what comes to mind?
Blazer just fucking puked all over my back
Oh,
patio.
dude, he had shit all over the bathroom. Did you notice that?
Oh, I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
I saw it and didn't want to try to clean it. I tried to like
Somebody
kinda clean
did.
it up. I tried to like get toilet paper and clean part of it, and it wasn't coming off.
Somebody before I got there got to it.
Because
which
he
I'm so
literally,
glad
dude,
about.
Blazer literally was. So he was sitting on the toilet trying to shit, but also had like trash can up in front of
Going
his
to
face
puke.
to try to puke and shit. And we asked that because we could smell that he shit in the bathroom, so we flushed it and we're like, do you think he wiped? I don't know, hopefully, but obviously he didn't.
Oh, I don't remember that.
because
at all.
shit got
I
remember talking to you about that, but
I must have been
shit got all over the seat and all over the the lid from the for the toilet. It got shit got on that too. So he must have touched his hand and shit and it touched other things.
Yeah, nah, bro. I didn't clean any of that shit up.
Drunk.
Thank God. I don't fucking.
Oh my god.
For me, the weirdest thing I guess is done
every single person in the house that day was like, "I heard bleeds their shit on the toilet. I don't know what to do about that." Everyone said that to me that morning. I didn't do shit about that.
Obviously, he didn't know. He was fucked.
I think he's the one that cleaned it. I think
Could have been.
I know I didn't.
The weirdest thing.
What do you think is?
For me, I know what it is. Well,
what?
no, I don't know, but like what comes to mind. I'm sure there's way weirder. But what comes to mind is so back in the day when I was in like 8th grade, me and my buddies we'd tend to take turns jerking off with my laptop.
Wait, I thought you said this was a guest on the podcast.
No, a guest.
What was the question?
Guest in your home.
But you still answered it right. It said,
no,
what's
there's
the weirdest?
Weirder
What's the weirdest thing a guest has done in your house?
Oh, I thought they meant a guest on.
But
the
I
podcast.
still feel like that's weird. What you just said is weird because he was a guest on the podcast
Yeah.
and a guest in your house because he slept over.
Well, I might think of a different answer, but tell yours first.
This isn't even that weird, but back in the day, like me and my buddies would take turns jerking off with the same laptop. Sometimes we'd be in the same room as each other and not leave the room, and we'd jerk off in front of each other.
I feel that.
And I remember we were really young, so that would happen a lot.
I don't want to interrupt your story, but this is real quick. Me and a very close childhood friend of mine during the years of like puberty and not what the fuck was going on. I remember we both were in my room and we both put a blanket over each other's set. Like each had our own blankets.
And you jerked off next to each other?
Jerked off next to each other watching basic cable Mexican channels where they had the crazy game shows where the chicks would come out with their tits basically out.
Dude.
And they were all like fucking. There was a clown. I remember there was a clown dude. He was like it was like a game show where this clown would come on and everyone was speaking Spanish and these half naked chicks were all like fucking just dancing around and shit. We both jerked off with blankets on each other. Well, it was real weird.
The reason why this story isn't weird to me.
Weird.
That's weird. That's weird to know. That's weird to Noah, but it's not weird to me because I literally did the exact same thing with my friend Noah, or not Noah.
Yeah, I was like, we never jerked off
with my friend Ryan. When we were in 7th and 8th grade, we did the exact same thing. We'd sit in the same bed, whether it was his bed or my bed, and we'd put a barrier. Sometimes,
Jesus Christ.
But it was more fucked up because sometimes we'd have our own blankets, sometimes we wouldn't, and we'd be under the same blanket jerking it, but we'd put barriers in between each other.
Here's this pillow you can come on.
No, we literally put a pillow in between each other. Sometimes we wouldn't. Sometimes we would just be jerking it right next to each other. But like when you said we'd watch cable porn, we would too. Like The Hills Have Thighs, fucking cleavage.
Well, this is worse. This
the Da Vinci Load.
It's literally just
Da Vinci Load.
Mexican
I swear
TV.
to God, we had a DVD called The Da Vinci Load.
Ours was just Mexican TV. It was just normal TV. That thing where you just accidentally dropped Noah's name made me laugh so hard I threw up in my mouth a little. That was fucking nasty, but that made me laugh real hard.
But what I was gonna say, that's not even the weirdest thing.
Yet.
That's not the weirdest thing. What I was gonna say, the weirdest thing was one day that we had a session of that happening, and then we all woke up the next morning. We're eating breakfast in the kitchen, and my buddy has like stuff all over his shirt. I'm like, dude, what is that? And I touched it. He's like, he starts laughing. He's like, dude, that's cum. And it was Jacob. You know Jake.
Oh yeah.
Don't say his last.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
it was Jake. He fucking jizzed a huge load on his t-shirt and didn't wash it off. So he had a huge load all over his shirt and was walking around my house while we're eating breakfast with cum all over his front t-shirt. And that's not that weird, but to me that's like, and I touched it. I was like, what's on your shirt, bro? Yeah. And he just had cum all over his shirt from the night before of us having a jerk-off sesh.
It's just like that one kid, McKay.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Fucking
all
tells
of
us about the story of jerking off in the back of his friend's mom's van while they were driving, and he didn't have anywhere else to put the cum, so he ate it.
Ah!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Bruh. I don't even know why I said bruh. I've been saying bruh a lot this podcast, man. I fucking feel hip.
So the person that dude,
that's nasty though as fuck.
So that dude
Fucking
who was
lady.
like, when he was all like,
Weird questions.
I don't know, I got some weird questions. No, I messaged him, and then he finally replied. He's like, weird question, you got it. Have you had something up your butt while performing a drastic stunt? Well, haven't had something up my butt while performing a drastic stunt. But recently, during the Gathering of the Juggalos, I performed a stunt where I got a paintball gun shot up my butthole, into my butthole, not up, but into my butthole.
Onto your butt.
Point blank. No, I spread my cheeks. I get
what you're saying, but it wasn't.
But like the barrel wasn't up my butthole, so it didn't get shot.
It was
up.
pressed against your.
Ow.
But it was like 2 feet away from my butthole,
Okay.
and I spread my ass cheeks, and he shot a paintball gun into my butthole.
Jesus.
That's
what color?
Blue.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. But it turned to blue and it turned to blue and red in a sec. But yeah, that's the only thing that I could answer. That's a weird question though, because like, have you ever had something up your butt while performing a drastic stunt? Well, even if it's a simple stunt, I've never wanted to put anything in my butthole for a stunt.
I'm gonna walk this plank. Hurry and shove a butt plug up there.
Right? Like, I'm very like OCD about stunts to where I can't wear a hat during a stunt. I hate wearing hats. So if you see me wearing a hat during a stunt, I didn't want to, but I just did. Or like, I hate having things in my pockets while doing stunts. So there's those. I'm just gonna check my messages just in case somebody messaged me and didn't like actually reply to that thing.
Yeah, we'll check them real fast.
These are pretty funny though.
Yeah, I'm digging this. These are some good questions.
This Australian kid keeps like wanting me to give him shout outs and stuff. And he randomly messaged me, "How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro?
Hey,
bro, how are you doing?" I don't know why you use that voice for an Australian.
I know. How you doing, bro?
How you doing, bro?
Okay, well, I don't know if... Dude, look at that. You replied to the question, but it's like super long thing. Do you want to read it?
No.
Should
What?
I read it? Should I read it?
We'll read it just because this is such an outrageous question. I have no idea how to answer this. Because what the fuck? What the fuck?
Who's it from?
It is from Curb Wampus. And he asks, why are so many great bands coming out of Australia lately? Like Amel, the Sniffers, and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Also, why are furries taking over? I've seen so many up in Brighton while snowboarding up in their get-ups. I mean, go ahead with your kinks, but I'd rather be pissed on than rub fake fur with a cat. What the fuck, bruh?
That's what the whole message is?
That's the question. First he asks about Australian bands,
but he says,
first of all...
But he says Brighton, so...
Well, yeah, he's like from here, but he asks about Australian bands first, which he didn't even mention the fucking Chats, which are an amazing Australian band. But
he's saying the
Brighton, while skiing, he's seeing people in furry get-ups. Which I've never seen.
Furries were like a thing when we were in high school.
Well, they're still a thing.
Yeah, but like I haven't. Well, I mean, you don't see them out of schools. I don't see them out in the wild. So like, if you're seeing them out like snowboarding, like let them do their thing. I mean, I don't think I'd rather be peed on than like have a furry. Like I'd rather fuck a furry. Like, you can rub your fucking fake cat fur on me. I'd rather fuck you. Like because I'm actually fucking you. Like being peed on. So this guy's weird.
This is a random question. Like it's a 2-part question that's not related.
The Australian bands, I've never heard any of them. I'm sure they're
you've never heard of King
Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? No.
You never heard them?
I've never heard of them.
Dude, they're insane.
Are they really cool?
Yeah, they're rad as fuck. They're a psychedelic rock band that
sounds psychedelic.
They dropped, I think, 11 albums last year.
Wow.
Full-fledged albums. Each one of them are different. It's fucking crazy.
Well, that's cool. I mean, I don't get the thing with Australia. I think that's anywhere in the world.
That's just random. I didn't even know that band was Australian until he said it, but they're a cool band.
So I've seen so many people in Brighton in their full get-ups of like furries. I'd rather be pissed on than rub fake fur.
I had a question about music and also why about this? Like, it's so random.
But he says I'd rather be pissed on than rub fake fur with a cat. Well, what if it was real fur?
Yeah, we'll fucking piss on you, bro. Let's do this. Come on the next podcast, and we'll just fucking piss on you, you bitch. I mean, that's such a random question.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk shit, but it's like I've never had anything against furries. Furries are different than like the kids in high school that would just wear like cat ears and a cat tail. Yeah, that's like those kids were weird. Yeah. They were like the nerds who were like beyond, but like they're not. I don't think they were actually furries. But maybe they became furries. Yeah. You know, they became like.
Well, I think they were furries that just weren't fully out yet.
They were like didn't like.
They might have had their full blown costumes at home or whatever, but like that's none of my business. Whatever you do in your own fucking home or out, like wear a costume out in public. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna judge you if you're wearing a fucking furry costume. I'll look at it first and be like, that's some whack ass shit. But then like, go on with your day. Whatever makes you happy, as long as it's not affecting me, I don't give a fuck. But like, yeah, I don't get. That's a weird question.
Yeah.
Well, we're like. I think we should call it.
Should we just end it there? Because
Because
there was that one kid who did ask me, "How are you doing, bro?" But I don't think he meant to ask it for the podcast. But maybe he did. But it's like, I'm doing good now. You know, I'm always doing good when I'm doing the podcast because that's like one of my favorite things to do lately. Like, I
one
love
of my favorite
doing
things to do.
It's so much fun. I mean, I don't know if it's like the drinking or if it's just talking to you or if it's a both or it's just like it's a new
it's
thing.
A hangout.
I think
it's
dude. I don't know. There's something about it that's
and
like
I think
very,
there's a creative thing that I think gets like.
It just like
gets me stoked is that I feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You know.
So
this podcast makes me genuinely happy. I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
Because it's something that like we're producing, even though all it is us talking. But it's fun. Everybody and their dog has a fucking podcast now. But who cares? Like I don't care if it doesn't go anywhere. Like
this is fun.
We did this podcast for like
anyone
4 months, and we weren't releasing it. No, it was just fun to do.
It's just a blast. I enjoy this a lot. But and I hope it keeps going for a really long time.
I hope so too. Hopefully we can get better production, like better like studio
that's the goal.
Like, elements. We can get better mics.
If anyone wants to give us money, please, oh please God, give me money. Don't fund me.
And like maybe I don't know if I'd ever want to film it, but like maybe eventually
that would be cool. I'd be down.
Film it. But like I was hearing Bill Burr talk about this the other day. Like. It's pure when it's just recording. It's like that's what podcasts...
it's a different medium.
Because I've listened to like H3 lately. They've been doing podcasts, but like I can't listen to it if I'm just listening to it. I have to be like watching it because so many of the things that they're talking about and doing involve so many like you have to watch because they're doing so many like just like they're not even sometimes they're not even talking that much. They're
I don't even know if I want to bring this up just because it's gonna be like kind of a segue, but like I have always been a fan of like I feel like the art of audio is kind of like a thing that is like gone away a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
So like I've loved
it's like that whole song
whoever
killed the radio
Exactamente. I feel like there's like a certain like nostalgic kind of like I think there's an interesting aspect of just doing an audio art. I think there's certain podcasts that really capture what like the God, I'm so drunk. What the like what are the special aspects of purely audio?
Well, because you have to keep talking.
Like, I think there's like well, not even that, but there's like a lot of little things that you can do to make audio special. I think there's this podcast, Radio Lab, who's super famous.
Mm-hmm.
That I think they really encapsulate the things that are so specific to audio in general that you can't get with video.
Yeah, because eventually maybe we if we wanted to take it more seriously and like get bigger, we could take callers. Like right now we're taking questions, which
it
is
could be more of a radio show.
We could eventually get a soundboard. We'd want to get 2 mics and 2 headphones.
Mics,
we'd want to make it more soundproof so it doesnn't sound
and
so
if we
echoey.
did do that,
make it
I
all
think
nice.
We would lose a little bit of that aspect if we went to video.
Yeah, because then you're being filmed and then almost like
subconsciously you have to be on film.
You have
to be kind of more.
You act different when you're being filmed. I mean, you might forget because if the cameras are out of the way. But if I had a camera right here next to me in my face, I'd be conscious of it at least for a little bit. You might forget about it. I'm sure that would happen. You'd forget, and then you'd go into it. And obviously, we act a little different at first when we're on mic, and even when we are like we're talking to like keep things going. But like on mic, you don't have to worry about like what you look like. I can sit here and pick my nose and jerk my dick off, and
we could have our dicks out this whole podcast.
Nobody would
even know it.
We could have been naked because it's so hot in here.
Oh God, I wish we fucking were. It's so goddamn hot in here. But I think there's like a little bit of like. I think the. God damn it!
Should we just end it?
No, wait. I think the form of audio is kind of sacred, and it's something that's kind of being lost in today.
Oh, yeah.
Because so many people do film their podcasts,
or
film their shows, or do whatever. That's something like the idea of just a pure audio show is kind of lost.
Well, podcast is meant to be just talking, right?
Yeah.
It's not because it's not a radio show because you're not playing music throughout the whole thing, or throughout parts of it, or you're not. I don't know, podcasts and like being like a radio guy. I don't know, like it's a little different because I don't know, because we're just talking and having conversations. We'll have friends or guests on, but like we're not like trying to perform anything for visual.
I think there's there's definitely something special to just this.
So that's why I
just
think it's weird.
audio in somebody's ear where they have to imagine what's going on behind the scenes.
And that's
I
where,
told you about how
that's
I
where
listened
we come
to,
in hand to have to be able to like be good hosts. But what I was gonna say before you were gonna say that is
No, you're good.
that's why I think it's weird for certain podcasts, or like almost everybody is filming their podcasts, which is, I guess I get it, but like you have a 2 to 3 hour podcast and you're filming that whole thing.
It's
that's
hard to
like,
watch it. Yeah.
You're gonna sit there and watch it. Most people, if they are watching your podcast or listening, like they're not gonna be watching it the whole time. They're at work, or they're like. Sometimes I'll watch a podcast when I'm not doing anything or I'm off work. I'll sit down and watch it, but like you have to be really doing stuff, you know, reviewing videos and doing things on set. Like if you're just talking, like why do I need to watch you talk? I just would rather listen to you talk and do other things.
I don't know. Maybe we'll ask the audience what they think.
I mean, I feel like it wouldn't hurt eventually, but maybe we don't have to ever do that. Because you know how much editing we'd have to do? Because okay, most podcasts have at least I would say 2 angles, maybe 3 or more, because you'd want a camera on just you, a camera on just me, and you want and then you'd want a wide on both of us. So then,
let alone if we have a guest.
Yeah, and then we'd have to have one on our guest, and then on all 3 of us.
It'd be crazy. I don't know.
Then I would have to sit there and like go between cameras and like edit, and like I know there's certain ways you can make that super easy to edit, but it's just more.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just keep this as an audios podcast, but we'll ask you guys if you like enjoy just this. Is this good enough, or do you want like to see our ugly ass mugs talking?
And this, well, obviously, if we were ever to film it, we'd have
to
have to make a set.
Yeah,
we couldn't be just this garage. We could do it in the garage, but we want to make like a background set.
That's all in the future. It seems like to be audio for now, so you just have to fucking suck it up, and this is what you get.
Just the worst. Podcast
the
ever.
Worst podcast.
Thanks for listening to
you dumb motherfuckers. We appreciate whoever the fuck listens to this. Thank you.
This was the ADHD podcast where alcoholic degenerates have discussions.
Which we definitely had discussions, and we're definitely alcoholics. Thank you so much for listening.
Peace.
Bye.